What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, everything is good, Brody. Man, I'm back in the building with my dog. I ain't seen you in forever. It feels like, might I add, but it feels good to see you. Good to be back with you, you know. Feel like it's been a minute since I've been home. Yeah, them 2 weeks was, it was a long time. I'm a homebody, so it feels great to be back in the saddle and getting my normalcy back. You know, you know me. I like, consistency. I like to have everything where it's supposed to be with the people it's supposed to be with. So yeah, man, my OCD was kind of off these past 2 weeks, but now we back. And you still fresh to death. That's the one thing that's still constant. I do like that. Don't act like we ain't noticed that part. He said, "Oh, don't trip. I'm gonna pull up with the OG pit shorts like it's chill, but you gotta peep the details. Carhartt shirt, you peep the Dago trucker fit, steal his hat, and of course my man is stupid swaggy with them panda dunks on, and he is not JV laced either. Now, I don't discriminate on how you lace it. Some people do it cool, some people do it not so cool, but Deke, you got flavor. I like it. That's all I'm saying. I like your flavor, bro.
Well, I appreciate it. Man, thankful you're back.
All right, man. It's just been a minute, bro. I started to hug you when you walked in here, man.
Yeah, I've been missing the podcast.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know if this would be jumping into things too early, but I need to hear these combine reports.
Oh, trust me, man. You know I got plenty that we're going to talk about, man, with a ton of these players. I don't know if we're going to get to all of them today, so I figured we're going to break it down day by day because it was nuggets about each of these dudes with different people. I'm just like, oh, all right, I didn't know it was vibing like that. Oh, this report is coming out. Oh, all right, y'all finally caught up to the report that we already knew about a couple days ago. I'm glad to hear that this is out now. All right, cool. It was a vibe though, bro. But yeah, it was pretty interesting though, hearing some of the thought process from some of these, whether we're talking some of these coaches, man. Like I said, these draft analysts that to them, this is their Super Bowl. This is like what they live for, these 3 to 4 months right here. And yeah, they come out the closet, bro. You be over here like, God, dog, how many games did you watch? I mean, my man hit me one time with his stat. He was like, bro, I just seen 668 snaps of this man in coverage, and only 20 of them he was pressed. I said, God dang, you watched how many snaps? Only 20 was pressed. Like, boy, what? I love it, though. I love it.
That's good information.
No, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And when you pair that information with, turn on some of the tape, I'm like, bro, this is all right. I like where we at with this. Like, it was good to see how when analytics and football can be together, it could work. The analytics by itself, bro, you still have some questions, bro. Still have some questions. Because I did interact with a lot of them PFF dudes, man. They carving it.
Talk with them.
Yeah. Actually, absolutely.
Was this on the radio or behind?
Yeah, this was actually on the radio, on Steelers Nation Radio.
Is there any beef?
No. So this was the thing, man. Funny part was we talked mainly them combine prospects.
You didn't ask him about TJ?
I totally blacked out. I should have though. I should have. We were so caught up in these DBs though, man. Talking Nate Wiggins, Cooper DeJean. Oh my goodness. Jeez, I'm drawing a blank on my cat. Oh my gosh. All the names will come back to me in a second.
Lassiter, Arnold.
No. Kool-Aid. It was Kool-Aid McKinstry. He was another one we were talking about. Kenyon Mitchell. That was, they love Kenyon. Like, Kenyon, they love that man, bro.
He did good, too.
Yeah. But it was like, when you just kind of hear some of what they look at and with some of the things that they see, you're like, okay, I get that. A little too overboard with this, but I like this. Like, but no, for real, PFF, bro, like, they got their own little... Yeah, they in the big building, bro. Like, you walk past ESPN, and it's like, oh, no, this the PFF. Like, they got their home corner over here. Like, yeah, bro. I was low-key surprised. I was like, oh, that's what PFF's doing now?
So it's just like all the negative reaction that PFF gets is out the window.
It's out the... Yeah.
They get preferential
Listen. Fans have issues with PFF. The NFL is clearly, they do not care about any of that stuff that we hollered about, bro, because they love PFF. In fact, that was like the first person we talked to. It was like, oh, this the head guy over here. It's like, oh, what? Yeah, bro. And he just couldn't wait, a little cat. Just like, all right, bro, major love, respect you. I like your style. But it's like, yeah, they're different. They're more on the analytics little, you know what I mean? But they do cut tapes. I do like that part. I was like, getting a chance to talk to some of them a little bit more. It was like, all right, cool. But yeah, the NFL loves them, bro. So I don't see this.
Did anyone ask him about taking money under the table for some of these players?
Listen, I don't think this is going away anytime soon. I'm just throwing it out there. All right. We better get real accustomed with pass rush win rate. That's all I'm saying, bro. All right. Because, yeah, PFF, you got to win PFF to win everything else, it seems like right now.
I'm not getting on board.
No.
No, I'll never get on board with that.
Look, initially, bro, I was with you, man. Until I seen with my own eyes, I'm like, bro, how do y'all got this whole corner of this, like, bro, what is happening? And it's just,
yeah, you're just saying everyone else.
Yeah, I'm just like,
though.
whoa.
I will not.
Yeah, because I'm like, you couldn't even be in that hotel. Like, yo, y'all in the spot. Like, y'all got prime real estate. Everybody got a best y'all spot. Like, everybody know what y'all are right now, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. But it was a ton, man. A ton that we got to discuss, man, between, like I said, this combine stuff. Obviously, Omar Khan spoke, man. We didn't get a chance to talk since then.
Wait. I'm seeing this one from President Nitty. What about the Steeler facilities report card?
Oh, no. Trust me. That draw right before Omar Khan is coming in with us, bro. Hey, man. It, like I said.
Ownership and F.
It was a lot, bro.
Rooney, the second worst owner in the league, according to the NFLPA.
Hey, you seen who they said was number one? It was getting on my man out in Kansas City, bro.
Who was number one? Oh, he's the worst.
Yeah, it was getting on him, bro. It was getting on him, man.
Yeah, it's probably, I guess, not a bad thing to be listed as the worst owner.
No. This is where you see the difference between winning versus the business. It'll make you think that, as long as you win, the business don't matter. What them players are telling you is, we don't give a daggone about any of that, bro. We want certain accommodations. League-wide, these aren't accommodations that we're asking for that are outlandish. We feel like this is standard operating procedures. But because these organizations win as much as they've won, their rebuttal has always been, hey, we only care about the sports side. We only care about the football side. And as long as y'all win it don't matter. Or in the case of the Chiefs, they'll promise them, we will get you a new locker room. And then they say, y'all won too much. Y'all went too far in the postseason. We got to postpone your renovations. You like, bro, huh? How'd that work? You catch what Drew? Yeah, they told them, hey, yo, y'all went too much. Y'all went too far in the postseason. It pushed back everything, so we got to wait. You like, bro, now you playing with me, man. And you told me that.
He wanted to make sure the renovations were really good. Yeah. It's not something you want to just fly by.
I'm like, bro, that's a lot, bro. So I get it. I mean, they're not off. I would say this, just because I've played in multiple spots, man. There is some validation to what the players are complaining about. At the same time, I would still say that for Mr. Rooney, man, he's not an F owner. I just think that the F remark is more so just in terms of the action, right? Players have brought up multiple things, and if they don't feel like the action is happening when they feel like it should happen, then they go obviously put them remarks down. But that is not always the best case either, right? For example, like we could be hollering about we want, Wednesday off versus Tuesday being off. Does that make a lot of sense? No, but if we don't get it and we pout about it and we give them an F, you know what I mean? It could be like that too as well. Not invalidating anything that the players are complaining about because there is some legitimate stuff. But at the same time, I'm not about to act like Mr. Rooney is just a terrible owner because I've actually been a part of some ownerships where, don't speak too fondly of them.
Yeah, that was
that's
my
only
thoughts
thing,
because everything I hear about the Rooneys and even Art Rooney II here is that he's a damn good owner compared to everyone else around the league. Like, he actually cares about the players, invests in the players. Mm-hmm. Could we use new facilities? Could he be better with the families on game day and provide the childcare, the daycare? Sure, but I guess what I'm saying is there's more to being an owner than just that stuff. And I think the players' critiques or their feedback is valid because they were given these surveys, and that's their opinion, that's their take. Man. It's just crazy how I feel like that ownership category was just on like that specific thing. They said it's just based off the facilities.
Because as an owner, we're not asking who's going to help me with football. We look at head coach, GM. Owners, when I say, man, I want my family to not have to sit in the middle of the crowd with all these random people that are intoxicated and drunk, and if they don't love you, what are they going to be saying to your wife, to your brother, to your mother, your father, to your children? That part is legitimate. You don't want me to come up off that field and go up there and address anything, right? So if you don't want me to do that, cause and effect is you put them in a place where they don't have to deal with that. Now, certain owners' response is you can pay $60,000 for the suite. You're like, bro, you want me to pay $60,000 for the suite for my family as I'm out here playing? That is what they hollered about with the ownership when they talking some of the family specific stuff. Child care. You know you got to come play in this game. You know you want me out here in this game. My wife got to be at this game. The family got to be at this game. Can you at least, if I am single and I'm trying to be involved in my child's life, could we at least have some type of day care on game day? Multiple teams have that. It's not a crazy ass. We just assume that everybody has a wife, or a significant other that's going to take care of them. But it's like some of these dudes are single, bro. And they shouldn't be penalized for when they are going to be able to see their child because they can't get child care because they got a home game. That type of stuff. But it's like, if we only focus on the football side, we'll minimize that. That's what we say is like that whole life part where it's like, yo, yeah, we are football players, but we still like people. Shoot, parking. I got access to nice parking. You know how many of my teammates we complain about they got to park in a tailgate lot, bro? You ever seen tailgate fans after a game, bro? You ever try to get your peoples into the folk if they got to walk back? It's chaotic. That type of stuff. So it's like, yeah, we ain't saying Mr. Rudy's a bad person. Mr. Rudy's a dope person. I love Mr. Rudy. Like I say, he changed my life. I'd never speak negative on him. But that is the stuff that some of them dudes are complaining about. All of us don't experience that. Me personally, I never experienced any of that. But I was a lot older when I got here, and I was also a guy that was able to get a second contract here. So my experience is very different than some of them other dudes. But it is legit. Like what they hollered about, some I'm like, I got you, bro. I get it. But it's like, it's separate though, because like we'll watch this team as a whole from a football side. Oh man, football only, you're not going to find a better owner than Mr. Rooney. You feel me? But it's like, if you just take that part and we're just saying, all right, you got to show up to work here every day. This is what we solely focus on. Those are the areas where they're like, yo, you got to be better
at. Actually, I'm curious about the whole suite thing with the 60,000.
Mm-hmm. You thought I pulled that? I ain't just pulled that.
No.
Yeah.
So how many suites do the Steelers have, or how many boxes do they have?
For the players, you're paying for it.
No, so are they empty on game day, or actually they being used?
So I'll put it like this. Obviously, I've been able to see it from both sides because I do some of the media stuff now.
Okay.
And I do some of the appearances at halftime. Yes, Deke, if they wanted to make accommodations, they without a doubt could do that without any issue. But
it's not like they're losing out on sponsorships or, other people coming in. And
even if they were, what's more important? Would you want that sponsor that might be with you for this season, maybe the next 3 seasons, or do you want your star running back or your linebacker or the corner or the kicker who has to show up to work and put on that performance? You want him to be in his best self. Is that dynamic? I mean, it's like that with anything, though. It's like, yo, you either want to pay the players and you might lose out a little bit on a sponsor, or you're going to sell them tickets for that, and now these players are going to be inconvenienced. But at the same time, as long as no survey like this come out, no one knows about it. Survey comes out, now it's a talking point and things like that. In terms of the effect it has on free agency, yes and no, it has an effect. If you're winning, it doesn't have an effect. So for the Chiefs, 0 effect. For the Steelers,
they got Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
For the Steelers 5 years ago, it didn't have an effect. Right now, it's a little bit different. Because right now, if you're going to come here, you're going to be asking yourself, well, shoot, if I can get the same money here versus here, but this place, they give me way more accommodations, which one would I rather go to? Yeah, when you're winning, you get away with it.
Oh, I was going to say, I think we got the coach
as long as
attracts the players. We need to get the quarterback situation figured out. I'm not anti improving the facilities and doing all or listening to his feedback and taking it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes. Their facilities could probably be jack shit. Just being real for free agents to go there. But we say that
until Patrick Mahomes one day is like, you know what, I don't want to be here no more because of this. We're not saying that couldn't happen. We're not saying that it could happen either. We're just saying that we don't know. But clearly he is a part of that locker room, and that locker room as a whole voiced that opinion. So he is a part of that opinion being voiced. I just would have played a game of pissing off arguably the greatest quarterback to ever do it. I would go ahead and put that new dig on, you want new lockers? Bro, here, I cut that check because you're going to pay me right back. Everything you killing out there on this field, you know how many ticket sales? I'm like, come on, bro. But you can cut that cost now and say, oh, man, we be all right. And then when he come back and get you, now you kind of got to cross that bridge.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do it 2 years in a row after winning back-to-back
No,
Super
this
Bowls.
was the second year. That was why they got the F, because they told them last year they were supposed to do it. And then because they went as far as they did in the postseason, they said they had to push it back. So now this offseason, they're like, yo, bump that, you get an F.
You're saying they said they were going to do it going
After,
into...
it's going into this, like, 2023 start season. Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
They won. I'm assuming they said that because they won the Super Bowl. Or their emotions were high and everything.
Now
you got a second Super Bowl.
Exact same scenario.
I'm just saying, it wouldn't be a good idea to do it back to back.
I'm just like, bro, whatever y'all
Not a good
do,
idea.
I think y'all should. If y'all say y'all go cut the check, bro, just cut the check. It ain't hard. It is a thing. They got the money, but it's a business. We ain't about to tell them how to spend their money, but at the same time, could all of this stuff be true? Yes.
Any thoughts on the facilities?
I mean, for the Chiefs, I can't speak on them.
No, I'm saying Steelers because I heard some stuff about them sharing with Pitt. Yeah. So you can't actually probably physically expand.
Yeah.
You make the inside better.
One or two things have to happen. You either have to build your own or kick out Pitt. I mean, that's the same process or the same problem that Pitt's going to have as they continue to expand also. How do you compete with a Bama, a Clemson, when they have, multi-million-dollar facilities that they have by themselves versus us essentially sharing a building? The building that we have in Buffalo, that's the whole building. It's not, all right, you go in this door, I'm going to go in that door.
It's all
it's just stadium. One spot. Yeah, just one big, massive.
I'm all for that. Get Pitt back over to Oakland.
But, that's the whole dilemma with it because it costs money. Right now, they have a great situation where they don't have to spend anything crazy. They already got indoor, outdoor facility, multiple fields. They got a little parking situation. It sucks for the college kids, but,
that's terrible.
But for everybody else, like, they got a little setup. So, yeah. But it's the cost part. It's like, we can keep costs down, do it like this, or we can spend more, cut this over here. It'll look nice, but are we trying to go that route? You look at Jerry Jones, he don't spare an expense, right? So you see like some of the extremes where it's like, but now everybody's spending like that. Buffalo, they spending, but it wasn't always like that either, though.
Well, they should have a stadium renovation coming up here soon.
Yeah.
I think they said lease is up 2030.
2030, yeah. Because I would say
so that should be happening.
So I'm trying to think, man.
I did hear
off the top of my head.
I did hear that there were going to be some of those family game day accommodations like picking up over the next year or two as well.
And that's my thing, man. I believe in Mr. Rudy, man. You voice it to him, man, in the correct manner. He will definitely, make the necessary corrections. I know some people don't always agree with that, but me personally, I've never had an experience where that hasn't been the case. And all I can do is speak on my personal experience. So, yeah. But some of it is legitimate, though. I ain't gonna lie. Some of it is legitimate. It's the pros and cons of, like, the mom and pop. Like, we talk about, like, it's a family organization. There's mom and pop. There's old school approach. Well, there are pros to the old school, and obviously there are some cons to the old school approach.
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways, though. Like I said, we can go out to L.A. and do it all tech, super progressive and stuff like that.
They got some bad grades on
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
the LA Stadium, both for the Chargers and the Rams, got bad grades on stuff. I was shocked.
Yeah. I was like,
how's that even possible?
Who got the best grades across the board? Like,
I don't know.
I know Buffalo's was up, but Buffalo's all new. Like, they just renovated all the indoor facility stuff within the past 5 years. They are in the process of building a new stadium. So it's like, I knew they was going to be good. Dallas was going to be good.
I think one of the things that knocked us down on the overall was our travel grade, which has nothing to do with the Steelers. Didn't we have like a faulty plane and we got all these reschedules happening all over the place?
No. You minimizing it. The travel is definitely with the Steelers because we got the owner. He takes care of all that. It's his planes. Yeah, he takes care of all that type of stuff. But once again, it's like, you could do it where you're like Arizona, where you got your own plane and it's first class seats on a double decker all throughout the plane, but that costs more money. But it feels like you in the NFL. Then you got other places where it's like, you flying and it's like, is this Spirit or is this Southwest? That's all I'm saying. You like, you in the first class seat. You be like, where is it at again? Is this whole row? Is this me and Deke? And you will put them in the middle too? All right. You talk to your other homies in the league. Your homies in the league, like, bro, man, I feel like I'm private every week. Yeah, I know that feeling. Then it's like, I feel like I'm Southwest. Like, hey, bro, let me get that out. Can I get the window, please? Yeah, it's not a good feeling. So, yeah, they ain't even tripping on the scheduling of it in terms of, you got delayed. Because, like, bro, if they delaying it, it's legit for safety purposes. Because we fly literally through everything. So unless they feel like, we're going to die, they not going. That's the only reason why we want to fly. But they specifically talking about there ain't arrangements and the accommodations. It's still nice. It's still nice because, like I said, you fine, bro. Because I ain't never had an issue with it. When I was here, we had the nicer plane. I know the plane they switched to. That was my last year, and I was like, oh, all right, I ain't tripping. But that's what they probably are referring to when they talk about some of the traveling accommodations. As long as you get me there safe, bro, I ain't gonna trip, Deke. You know me. I don't like flying in the first place, all right? Just get me up, get me down safe, bro. I promise I'm gonna love you, okay? But for others, they like a little more leg room. Yeah, they like to be able to do all this type of stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's all. I ain't tripping on it. You know me, I ain't tripping on it, bro. Just get me there safe, bro. I promise, get me there safe. You know I love you, Mr. Rudy. I ain't tripping at all. Get me there safe, bro. That's it. I'll drive you, want me to. Just don't crash it. All right. But for some people, that's a big deal. For some people, they like, y'all would have a cup holder in my seat. Like they like the little armrest. I'm like, I don't need the armrest.
Yeah, stuff like that's like, just sounds like millionaire football player problems. Almost like the first class problems.
Yeah.
Just from the outside looking in.
Oh, no, I'm with you. But the problem is, it's a billionaire that you about to side with and minimize. That's the only problem when we doing the whole money thing.
Well, yeah, you're comparing it to what the standard is or what's going on around the league as well.
Right, because that's the thing. It's like we're saying league-wise, that's always all we've been talking about.
Yeah, it is. It's the industry that you're within.
Right. But that's the funny part. That's why you typically don't hear people talk about it, is because I know for me personally, I'm like, bro, you're never going to get sympathy from the general population. They're going to always indirectly side with the billionaire owner just because they don't understand just how it all works, right? And that's cool. But at the same time, when it is a survey, it's like, all right, now y'all supposed to talk about it. That's kind of what it is, though.
Yeah. Because I think with how this is done, it could be useful information.
Yeah.
Like it could be useful feedback because if you are comparing yourself to the teams around the league, it's like, all right, maybe we do got to up this up a little bit.
Yeah. But either way, man, the one thing that would help everything is more winning. As long as you win more, you ain't triple any of this type of stuff. You lose, all this stuff matters a little bit more. You like, damn, bro, you got an F? Like, how you got an F?
Yeah, because
you see what I'm saying?
I guarantee the Chiefs fans' reaction to their grade is a lot different than Steeler fans because Steeler fans, and this is why I don't know if I agree with you fully on fans siding with ownership because actually I think a lot of fans have taken this and have used it as an indictment against like the Steeler and what the Steeler way has become recently. I don't know if you saw the reaction, but they're like, the Steelers are so cheap. This is the Steeler way. No wonder we're losing so much.
I saw some of it. I just wasn't sure if it was like the true pulse or if it was just like, yo, we just need something to overreact to right now.
I think this is the type of stuff, particularly in the offseason. Yeah. Like you take it, you look at it, and whether or not your team's winning to the degree you want it, that's how you're going to react.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, does it matter? Sure, to an extent it does. And I, losing sleep over it? No. Do I think this is going to mean, a ton of free agents aren't going to come here? We're going to start losing? Absolutely not. But when we just talk about what makes an organization great, it's because they do all those little things right. That was one of the things when we're talking about the Steelers specifically, or why people love them, is because they do all that little intricate stuff that make you feel like you're an actual person and not employee number 55. That's the type of stuff that separates a good owner versus a bad owner. You can have all the accommodations in the world. The owner walks by and doesn't know your name, doesn't even acknowledge you, bro. You don't want to work there. It's not fun. When that owner's coming down and he can talk to you by name, he can talk about your wife, your kids by name, you're like, bro, that matters a lot more. So that's my thing. It's like, man, you'll take what Mr. Rooney is giving you right now over some of these other places that do have a lot more accommodations, way more travel stuff and things like that. But the relationship isn't there. Maybe I'm old school. Maybe I'm just big on relationships. But that's like my thing. It's like I always valued that part with him because I've been a part of some other squads where, like you said, man, they spend a ton of money. The billionaire owner rides in a helicopter. That's like his regular day-to-day car. Over here, he drive a Cadillac. All right. It's just different. He park at a regular spot. I see my man, pop off the helicopter. You like, bro, this is just a whole nother ball game. Every combination you want, it's like, bro, I don't feel no connection here. I don't feel any type of anything. So do you actually want to show up to work there? That becomes a legitimate question. Whereas here, man, I don't remember a ton of dudes in my 4 years of playing here, man, ever talking about, man, I don't want to be here, bro. I hate it here. I don't want to talk to these dudes here. like you might be upset about your role in terms of the playing time, and that does happen, sure. But in terms of just the overall, like, I don't like being a part of this organization. Nah, I can't think of anybody who was on that, man.
Well, we got some breaking news. I don't know if you want to jump into the chat with some of these shout outs.
Look, initially we're gonna start this show. So you know what? I know that news is spicy as heck too. So let's hold off. So let's do this. Let's at least get an intro because it's a transition from what we've been on, and then from there we can go ahead and tap on that. Sound good?
Sure.
All right. So with that being the case, man, let us know where you are tuning in from in the comment section. That way we'll give you those big boy shout outs to start today's show. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you have not done so just yet.
Big Noriega is saying that him and Kenny's cousin have been going at it on Twitter. There's some beef. Now,
shout out to Kenny's cousin. He got his hands full in because I know AB was going at him too. I did get that. That came across the desk.
Yeah, what the hell?
That came across. But AB's a Kenny guy. I mean, he's a Mason guy. He's more Mason than Kenny, I thought. That's Eskimo brother. Remember
that? Yeah, he probably is more Mason than Kenny, but I thought he said some good things about Kenny in the past.
He did say something, but I was like, whoa, that wasn't so hot.
And it's just kind of coming out of nowhere.
It was multiples too, yeah.
I think he's just playing into trying to be a media guy.
AB, he going at everything. I'm like, bro, he don't stop.
Like, how much of Kenny Pickett is he even watching?
I don't know.
How many Steeler games is he even watching?
Then again, though, this is Antonio Brown. If he is talking about a quarterback or receiver, I just think that we kind of got to, like, it is AB. We know AB. AB, it's just AB.
It's going to carry some weight. It's going to get reaction.
Yeah, like it's sure. AB, bro. Yeah. We can't just discredit is what I'm saying.
His timing's interesting with how and when he says and does things.
I hate his delivery. The message I don't necessarily hate because, to an extent, you can
He's just playing to the crowd.
Right?
He's just playing to the Kenny haters.
It's the way he's going about it, right?
He's an attention guy. That's what I mean. I think he's just like leaning into, he's starting up this CTE podcast or whatever. So he's taking a shot at getting some hot takes off there.
Hey, bro.
Checking the pulse. Seeing what reactions he can get. I think that's what he's going for right now.
Shout out, bro. Just shout out. Yeah.
We got Wendy Johnson tuning in from the 562, Long Beach, California.
Let's go, Wendy. Missed you. Hope all is well around your side of town. All right, let's go, man.
Phil Bing, 912 Savannah, Georgia, says we need Russ.
Shout out to Savannah, Georgia. And we're going to talk that Russ talk, but shout out to Savannah, Georgia, and shout out to Savannah James because she's married to LeBron James, and LeBron has officially scored 40,000 career points. I'm glad that me and you were able to witness that, be alive long enough to see a person score 40,000 points in the NBA. Never been done before, bro. It's craziness. Crazy.
I got an interesting stat for you.
I'm listening, man.
It took him the same amount of games to score number 0 to 10,000.
Yeah.
As it did for him to score 30,000 to 40,000.
That's crazy.
I don't remember the number, but that's pretty crazy.
My man's cooking, bro.
Same amount of number of games to get 0 to 10,000 as it did from 30,000 to 40,000.
Cooking, bro. He different, man. But it ain't about him today. But salute, bro. All right. And if y'all looking for a 40,000 points LeBron t-shirt, they got it at LakersStore.com. All right. Just saying, it might have been a strong possibility your boy got one already. Wifey wasn't feeling it, though. I tried to get her one, too.
Her squad just got destroyed yesterday.
Yeah. I was really happy to see it, actually.
I think who was talking today? They were talking about Celtics. It might have been Coward. I had it on in the background. What do you think of the Celtics now after that big win against the Warriors? And he was like, "Show me in the playoffs." Yeah. That's honestly how I feel too. It's like we already know Celtics are a good regular season team.
But even the approach, they literally just weren't guarding Jaylen Brown. Like leaving my man just wide open. Like just shoot threes all day, shoot, and he hit them over the head, bro. So I'm like, I don't think that they would take that approach if this were to be a series either.
And it's not like the Warriors are one of the top teams in the West right now. They have been hot recently, but
they're streaky. They're no different than the Lakers and some of the other teams.
Yeah, they're not
they
go
through their little
spurts.
Teams. Outside of the Nuggets, bro. Yeah, everybody else is like, man, just the Suns. They get hot for a little bit, then they go cold.
Yeah, Clippers. I don't know if you could trust the Timberwolves in the playoffs.
Anthony Edwards. He nice, but I hate their squad, bro.
We got Lifted Ones, 916 in the house. Let's go Kings.
Shout out to the Lifted Ones. Okay, light the beam one time. And it was funny when I was in Indy. It was actually this like blacked out Dodge Charger, bro, with the crazy muffler. I don't know what's up with Indy, bro. They all got these like street race cars, man, because all is flat. But yeah, man, I was behind this day going to charge with the big muffler in the joint. The tag say Lifted Ones. I swear I thought about taking a picture of it, but I didn't want to be that creep weirdo dude. So I chilled on it, but it made me think of you when I saw it. I just want to throw it out there to you, all right? That might have been you. Do you drive a blacked out Charger in Indianapolis? Was you there the other day revving up at the light and all the other stuff, man? Because if so, then I seen you.
President Eddie, 419. I'm performing live at Charlie's Bar in Norwalk, Ohio, Saturday night.
Let's go. I likes that. Make sure y'all show him some love. And Wendy Johnson, I saw you tap back in. I'm glad to hear that it's lovely over there too. Let's get it.
Skeeter Jones in the house with a tune in from the 310 Southwood, Cali.
All right.
Al Moranich from the 512 Austin. Worthy did us home. Horns fans proud at the combine. Hook 'em.
Oh nah, bro. He was blazing out there. Sheesh.
All those receivers are fast.
I still be trying to figure out though how like sometimes the unofficial it'll pop up in the unofficial time. It's like faster than the official. How is his unofficial slower than his official, bro?
Hey, it happens, I guess.
I mean, it does, but I'm always like, yo, this is where I feel like it's rigged.
Because they did the replay side by side with him and John Ross, and he beat John Ross.
Yeah, he
beat him. Pretty clear, right?
But it's like, how did you mix the time in the first place, though?
Not sure.
But then Calvin Austin, when he read his, we're like, Calvin, we look like yours is faster than all this. But technically, you're slower. What am I missing?
Yeah, he's not even in the top 10 whenever they post all the names.
And I'm like, we know what we saw with that.
Say a couple more here. Quan Summer, 323 Watts.
Man,
California.
let me tap in real quick, too, man, because it's been a minute, man. John Easton in the 412 Craft done. Then after that, we got King Kai in the 330 Akron, Ohio. I was passing through Ohio. Shout out to Akron. Shout out to all the Ohio's. All right? And then I will end it with the homie Yanni in the 703 Nova. Shout out to Nova. Oh, and shout out to the women's South Fayette girls basketball team or ladies South Fayette basketball team. Went ahead and three-peated at the Whip Hills over the weekend at the Pete. It's kind of like they home away from home now, man. So salute them over there 3 in a row, man. Yeah, like that.
You ready for this breaking news?
All right, man. Let's get into this thing, man. It's been a minute. What you got?
Broncos are officially releasing Russell Wilson.
It's happened. It's official. Who dropped the report?
Not yet.
Who gave us the report? Who got us on it?
This is straight from the horse's mouth.
Oh.
Denver Broncos.
Oh. Say less. What'd they say?
Pun intended. We've notified quarterback Russell Wilson that he will be released after the league year begins March 13th.
Well, after the league year begins, it would be my birthday, which is the 14th of March. Deke, this is fire. That's next Thursday, bro. Okay. All right. You hit that like button one time for Russ getting released, man. Don't forget to subscribe either. Now, he's definitely a guy that we was talking about last time we was in here, Deke. But it's been a lot of convo surrounding quarterbacks since then.
Well, yeah. I want to hear if you have any combine reports because there have been mixed rumors being thrown out there about what's going on with the Steelers brass and their interest of outside quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You got Schefter saying they are interested in Fields. They are interested in Russell Wilson. I don't even know if he threw Kirk Cousins in the mix. But then you got something from The Athletic that just popped up today saying there pretty much is no interest from the Steelers in any of those quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. And then Schefter said on the McAfee show, I think it was a few hours after the Athletic article dropped, that Steelers are just taking their time. There still is interest, but they're not going crazy or anything right now. What do you know? Did you talk to Russ's camp?
So what I will communicate is listen. This is what I would communicate. Do I feel like there's interest in all of them dudes you named? I do. Now, to what extent, that is the big question, and unfortunately, we're not going to know that. I don't feel like.
Nor should we.
Right? Yeah, we're not going to know that info. But to act like that interest isn't there, I personally feel like that's inaccurate. I do feel like there is a lot of buzz surrounding those specific names, and part of the hesitancy was waiting to see what was going to happen from the Bears standpoint. Because remember, the Bears, their general manager didn't speak until I think the second day at the combine. So it was a lot of just that, because everybody was like, all right, they still gonna go Justin Fields. Then once he talked, and then when he kind of got off that mic and everybody in that building was like, oh, y'all moving on from Justin Fields, that's when you started to see all the reports about, Caleb gonna be the guy. And then Caleb came out and said what he said. Yeah, it's a lot of people that's gonna be interested, or that are interested in Justin Fields. Now, in terms of the number, I heard that it ain't no more than no second though, bro. Like, it ain't gonna be a first rounder.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, they said there's no first
crazy.
rounders. Yeah, it's like second round best case, and the thing that
I think the market's only really the Steelers, Raiders, and Falcons.
Yeah,
and that's if all three of those teams are interested.
Correct.
Because, I mean, each one has a case for not being interested.
This is also true. Yep, this is also true. So the big thing though is the number. Now, I know at one point my man over in Chicago's like, yo, it's like we don't have to move on from him, but at the same time, we don't want to have it where he doesn't know anything either. It's like, yo, we want to let him know, like,
yeah,
that's what it is. Because there was that floated around too of, well, you don't have to move on from Justin. You can still keep him on that roster. I don't see how that works though, personally, bro. Yeah.
Absolutely have to trade him.
Nah. But in terms of the confidence that they do still have in Kenny, that is also legitimate. Now, people have obviously had very mixed emotions about that. That is very accurate, though. They still do feel.
That's what I like to hear.
Like they feel good about him, So it's like, man, we're gonna find out if this is great faith or if it's, arrogance and stubbornness. We'll find out, as the season goes and stuff like that, if it comes to that. But they do still rock with Kenny heavily, man. So that's why I'm like, I think both things, from me personally, just from what I saw, what I was hearing, I'm not about to go too far in depth because I ain't get me in like that. But I just feel like both of those things are accurate right now.
I think that's why Omar Khan was an absolute savage at the press
conference. Oh, he killed it, bro.
He was a master.
He killed it, bro.
Just a masterpiece.
Yeah, he killed it.
Because he's saying he still likes the quarterback on the roster, the only quarterback on the roster, the guy we drafted in the first round. Says we want Mason back. Made it clear we want Mason back. Like, that would be the competition, him and Kenny.
Yeah.
But also said we're exploring all the avenues. So, like, I think he put a little pressure on Mason there. Like, listen, offers on the table. If you don't want to come back, though, we're not going to be sitting here with
because this is
our hands tied behind our back here. We got to look at a Russell Wilson or Fields if they're available.
This is the issue. It's not necessarily about if the team is willing to have Mason back. I think what's going on is we briefly talked about it, but we were a little bit more nice about it. The reality is, in terms of like the brass people and the analyst people, they are criticizing them for games, and they're looking at it and saying, back up a Ravens team with nobody out there. And they're looking at some of that stuff.
His market ain't as hot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's how we felt immediately after the season ended, or while it was happening.
Yeah. They're going back and they looking at them details in the context of it. And
that helps the Steelers.
It helps the Steelers to an extent if Mason is still willing to be open to that. Now, if he's pissed off about it and he's like, yo, I still feel like I'm going to go get more. Now you play the hardball game. Hardball means, okay, for the Steelers, you going to play your hardball. He go out there and test the market. You going to sign somebody. Does that mean that it's a better option than Mason? Not necessarily, no. From a price standpoint, we could feel like, yo, man, you left. All right, cool, we got our guy. But does that mean he's going to play better than what Mason did? I think those are all the things that are kind of at play. But, yeah, they definitely – his market ain't going to be as crazy as I think. Yeah.
Here's my guess from afar.
Mm-hmm.
You can give me your thoughts on it. I do think they believe in Kenny. I think they're completely fine with him being QB1 going into 2024. I think for adding to the room right now, adding to Kenny, their first priority is Mason. If that doesn't happen, then, yeah, they'll be looking at the Fields trade. The Wilson one's interesting because if you bring in Wilson, he's the starter. I'm sorry. There's no competition. That's like the curveball. That's the monkey wrench in all this.
And because of the money now that we know he's officially going to be released.
Yeah.
So now it's literally open season. if he is cool with whatever that number is, then you got him. That's very different than, the Justin Fields. Because with Justin Fields, a second rounder in terms of the draft compensation, that's the minimum, and you're picking up the option. Talk to multiple people trying to figure out, would you make that trade and not pick up that option? And everybody's like, absolutely not. If you're going to trade for him and you're going to give up around a second round pick, you're
really?
picking up the option. Yeah, a lot of people are like, you're going to pick up that option.
Now
bro.
I really don't want to do that trade.
Yeah, because it was like, if you're going to give up the second round pick for him, but the thing is, they're looking over the 2 years and they're saying it's a 25 or 20, I think it's like $28 million over the 2-year span. They're like, man, if he is what you think he is, then you're getting a steal. You're not making this move, though, unless you feel the same way you feel like Kenny, he can do that. You would have to feel Justin Fields could do that to make the move, is kind of how they're communicating. Because once you do that for his agent and for him, why is he going to okay you to trade me here when you don't give me any type of security, any type of what makes you love me? I'm just a rental. I don't want to go here to just be a rental, bro. And that part is why they're feeling like, yo, you're going to have to pick up that option in order for that trade to all the way get signed through.
What's interesting about that, though, is how much say does Fields really have?
Well, put it like this. I'm sure you can send him over there, but do you want to deal with this, the guy we just traded with a second round pick? We're not getting him a new contract, and he's pissed off.
But it's like, if you don't want to play for whatever team's trading for you, I don't think you have this great leg to stand on based off your play these first 3 years.
Right,
you might be out of the league pretty shortly.
I think right now,
if you're going to be like a problematic person, like in the locker room or within an organization.
But is he problematic if he already voiced ahead of time he doesn't want to go there, and you decide to play hardball and say, well, hey, it's either take it or leave it, and he decides to leave it and say, I could sit for a year and then just come right back, because that's all you have.
Back with the Bears, maybe they cut you. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that plays out then.
Because think about it. To an extent, we thought with L. Bell, right? You would never see a person sit, and we've seen it. Cam Chancellor, thought we would never see a person sit. He said. Marshawn, he said. You know what I mean? It's like we can go around, and it's like it has been instances. Now, I do agree in terms of his leverage, he doesn't have a ton of leverage. The difference between
those players versus Fields is pretty dramatic.
True, but at the same time, why does he have a market for trade? Where we're talking about, second round picks. It can't be that bad. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying, though, for him to get a say on exactly what happens with his new team, I'm not going there unless you pick up my 5th-year option. Maybe that's the only team that's able to get him, though.
And all of that can be true. But if you know he is going to be pissed off about not having any type of job security, do you feel like that's the best introduction to him, to your organization, to you, to him? That's the other part.
I get why a team wouldn't want to take the 5th-year option, though.
I'm with you.
Sight unseen. You saw what happened with Sam Darnold.
Yeah, but we all would agree that Fields is further along in terms of what we think he can do versus Darnold.
I'd give him a little more. Yeah, for sure. I would.
Yeah. But that's the whole thing surrounding that convo right now, just within, how they talking out there in Indy, man. Because it's like, for you to give up what you're going to give up, he is still a quarterback that has been a starter. We ain't gonna call him franchise, but he's been a starter his whole time. And that's the part where I can see it getting a little messy to an extent. It's like, I get why you wouldn't want to, but at the same time, if I'm going to be so horrible about not picking up his option, why am I even trading for him if I don't think he's going to develop anyways? Because if you're making the trade, from my assumption, I'm making this move because I think he can come in here and develop. I think he's going to be better than what we currently have. And if I'm splitting 2 years for 28, that means 14-14 realistically. If I'm getting what I think I'm going to get, that's a steal in the first 2 years. Then I'm going to have to pay you anyways after that.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. So the 3 teams that have been linked to him the most, they got an out. There's definitely a case for them to say, we really don't need Fields. Or I don't think he is a guaranteed upgrade over whatever other option that we can get, because the Raiders can draft the guy early. I think they got the 12th or 13th pick, same with the Falcons. So they could get a Penix, a McCarthy, or a Bo Nix on a rookie deal. So it's like, is Fields a guaranteed upgrade over those guys? Maybe year one, but if you actually believe in those dudes, I mean, the rookie might be better not only year one, but then you're thinking they're going to be the guy for the long term. And then for the Steelers, like you said, we believe in Pickett. And then if you can re-sign Mason, maybe you're just thinking, you know what, I'm good on Fields. I'll roll with these 2 guys. No reason to trade a second-round pick to bring him in here and do the 5th-year option.
Yeah.
So I wonder how the trade market's going to be, what the exact trade compensation will be if the 5th-year option's in play. There's a lot going there.
Yeah, because worst case, if you're Justin Fields, you just got to find out how to just get through this season wherever you're at, and then you hit the market, and then it doesn't matter. Now you get to go where you want to go for whatever number you think is appropriate for yourself, and anybody that might have took a different approach, you'll get a chance to show if they made the right decision or not. So that's why I'm like, if you're Justin Fields, you good too. Like, you ain't. It's not the end all be all this year.
All right, with Russ.
Yeah.
He just got cut. Or he's gonna be cut.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying all weekend, I'm good with Pickett and Rudolph. I've been saying that basically since the season ended. Good with Pickett and Rudolph. The one guy, obviously I've talked about not really wanting to trade for Fields. Now, I would maybe understand it a little bit more if we don't re-sign Mason. You want a more legit competition for Pickett. You trade for Fields. Like that's a more high-end competition than you bringing in like a Sam Darnold or Tannehill, any one of those guys, or trading for Zach Wilson. The one move I would understand, though, outside of having Pickett and Mason, would be Russell Wilson.
Russ is the outlier. Russ is the candidate that
you're telling me you're getting Russell Wilson for a vet minimum contract. Like it's just tough to argue. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm pushing for it. I'd be like so gun ho about it because I'm gonna stick with Pickett and Mason. I'm gonna stick with them, but I would completely understand it. Completely understand Russell Wilson. I'm not even gonna argue it at all. Like I would get it completely.
Russ is more proven than
absolutely
the other dudes. Like we've already seen him do it. Yeah, we've seen him win it. We've seen him lead. We've seen him, go from being the young rookie that wasn't expected to get a start to beating out 2 veterans, a free agent acquisition as well. And then we've seen him win a Super Bowl, take a team back to a Super Bowl. We've seen Russ have crazy heights. Even on his bad times in Denver, it still has been more productive than what we've currently experienced. The big knock or the big issue is always going to be what the price tag was, very similar to the Justin Fields convo. If either one of these dudes are free range to negotiate, it's a different perspective how we view them. The big issues are always just the number. We bring up the minimum, or I say, man, like I said, 20 is the number. I ain't want to go over for Russ, man.
Well, no, did you hear about this thing?
Talk to me. Oh, if he takes more, then it's going to offset or what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if it's going to offset, then shoot.
Yeah, I feel like there would be no logical reason for him to take anything more
take
than
the minimum. Yeah.
Like, why would you hurt your new team and help the Broncos?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically saying like
whatever you take over here, they don't have to be on the hook for over there.
Your contract's already guaranteed. Yeah. Like you're gonna get that money no matter what.
It's like the Derek Carr situation when he went to New Orleans. They said that he could have, I forgot what it was with his deal, but he turned off somewhere. He basically declined it, and that made it where Vegas was going to be way more on the hook for stuff, and now New Orleans could potentially have added some more people. So that's a good problem then, man. So now if it's definitely the minimum, now it's all about how you sell it to them.
Unless is this I'm appealing? Getting told faulty information on that potential contract for Russ.
Look, bro, if that's how his contract is, bro. If that's what the understanding of that contract is,
it's going to be on the vet minimum. Now, I don't know how much they're going to have to deal with Russ's second year on this deal.
I have to see
what that is. But I think the first one would be vet min.
First year vet mid, and everything else after that comes on you.
Maybe. I don't know.
Pause. That sounds
no. It might still be vet min type of stuff too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll have to look into the details.
Would be insane.
Yeah, because like I said, if it's like that, then for Russ, it's literally just which opportunity do you view the best? Which team do you like the best?
Bro, yeah, it's gonna be intriguing. I think the Russ potential signing stands alone. It has nothing to do with Mason coming back here or not.
Russ is Russ, and if you're getting Russ on a men, it's very different. That's
Mason's definitely not coming back if that happens.
It's a 90-day conversation.
If the Russ signing happens before Mason, no. Now I do think if we sign Mason, I think Russ is going to be off the table. I think we're just going to rule Mason Pickett and just stick with that.
We sign Russ. How you think Kenny reacts?
Not happy.
Because I think he ain't tripping if it's Mason.
No.
Because he knows he's going to be a starter.
He knows.
Everybody knows, bro.
He knows.
Everybody knows, bro. Everybody knows.
I don't like
Everybody
that.
knows, bro.
I should have to compete.
I don't want to say it like that. And this is nothing coming from the organization. I promise. This is just how I'm perceiving it, bro. I'm like, yeah, bro. Mason, if you come back, bro, if Mason is Kenny's competition,
shouldn't feel that way. From my standpoint, it shouldn't be that way, nor should he feel that way.
Deke, if Mason is Kenny's competition, Kenny is starting week 1, bro. Barring injury. That's just what it is, man. I would love to be surprised. I just don't see it happening, bro.
Well, if he earns it, he earns it.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening, bro.
If he earns it, he earns it. But if
I don't
Mason
see it happening, bro.
beats him out, by all accounts, anyone that's at the practices and stuff in training camp, we get to see the preseason game. Mason beats him out, all accounts. He should be the starter. That's how I view it. Maybe it's my naive view on the meritocracy that should exist in the NFL. But
yeah, you've had the Holy Trinity say who they want as QB1, bro. Coach Tomlin, Mr. Rooney, and now Omar Khan, bro.
There have been some caveats to it.
No.
There have been some.
A caveat and them saying who they want are two different things, bro. That's, like you said, maybe it's just my perspective. Maybe that's what it is.
So you don't believe in their understanding, or let's just say their definition of what competition is?
Yeah, I don't agree with it. No. Mm-mm. If it's Mason, no. I think if it's Fields, yes. I think if it's Russ, it's no competition again. I think Tannehill would be a competition. I think they would legitimately let him compete.
Not Mason. That's interesting because
I know
Mason has won over the fans. You got to see him win over a lot of the players.
I'm just saying from
I think he opened up Tomlin's eyes. I think he opened up a lot of the people in the organization's eyes with his play.
Opened up their eyes, yes. Trust them enough to give them the keys to the car. That's a different conversation, bro. You don't even trust Justin Fields enough to give him the keys to the car. And technically, Justin Fields has done more.
Well, we're not just signing Fields for like $4 million. It's like the whole trade and everything.
But regardless of that, you would still feel that Kenny is a better player.
I go Kenny and Mason over Fields. Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And it's like Justin has done a lot more league wide than both of those guys. But you even got more confidence that Mason could give you more than Fields.
I do.
Yeah. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just think it's gonna be weird, man. I hope it's different. I hope it's legitimate if it is him. I just don't think that's gonna be the case, bro.
Well,
yeah.
That's not a terrible thing for me to hear.
Yeah. It ain't the worst. No,
from my standpoint, because I still believe in Pickett too, but I just don't think that's how he should be getting the job. End result is the end result. Like, I'm fine with Pickett being QB1, but how we get there, I think it should be just straight up fair competition. If Kenny earns it, so be it.
I'm with you, bro.
I'm all for it.
You know I'm with you, man. But that was definitely the vibes. I was like,
hell, I might even be better with them just saying, screw signing Mason, screw trading for Fields, none of that. Like, going into camp, or going into the OTA, going into this offseason, just saying, like, Kenny's the guy.
Yeah,
as
we believe in
bringing
Kenny.
In someone and doing a fake competition.
Honestly,
I'd rather be that way.
I promise I got the same energy.
People would be pissed.
I got the same
Steeler
energy,
fans
bro.
would be going crazy right now. But
yeah,
I'd be more good with that as, like, okay,
this
Kenny's
is
the
thing,
guy.
though.
This feels more right.
So this is the thing, man. It's like, in a perfect world for all of us, that makes great sense, and we would love that. I just think from player management and a business side, they can't come out and say that type of stuff.
That's true too.
So that's why we get to just react to it, and we hear them talk, and we're like, well, why do you say it like that? And like we said, man, Omar, you killed it because he did kill it. But why did he kill it? Because he confirmed certain, but then didn't deny enough of certain things. So it's like just enough in here. Now you got to read these tea leaves. But when I just think of just the overall how they've handled Kenny from start to where we are right now, I'm just like, oh, I don't see them doing. You know, if it's strictly just him versus him, I don't see that 4 games being the thing that's going to make them change their perspective on him to that extent. Because I think if they did, we're going to find out. We got a little bit over a week. We'll find out. Because I'm like, yo, if they love him like we think they do, right? And if they were so impressed by what we think they should be impressed by, and if they saw them 4 games like how we saw them 4 games, I think we should know something very definitive by next week, by March 13th, man. We should know it beforehand because anything after that means he's hitting the market.
Oh, that's up to Mason, though, too.
It takes two to tango.
It does. Because the Steelers could legitimately want him back, offer him a fair deal and everything, but maybe he just doesn't trust us.
Or they could legitimately lowball him and put it on Mason because part of when they negotiate, that's how you could play the game of I'm gonna lowball you and I'm gonna make you complain publicly about the number to the fans that they're not gonna care that you complain about that number because they're gonna say, bro, you rich, take it. I go to Walmart, I don't make that much. And Mason's like, bro, but the market but that's the game that the team can play with him. And it'll make it look like, yo, you ain't signing back, bro. What's up with that? It's going to be interesting, though, bro. It is going to be interesting.
I got to respond to this comment. Money Maverick 84 says, Deke, you were just saying Kenny should have real competition. Now you saying this. I don't get it. No, I am saying he should have real competition. Yeah. I'm just saying I would respect it more if they just flat out said, Kenny's QB1, no competition. We don't got to sign anyone else. Let's roll with him. As opposed to bringing in someone and having like a fake competition and Kenny not really earning it.
Like,
I would respect it more if the Steelers just went
Sam Darnold, come on down, Sam Darnold. Yeah, we got a competition this week, bro. I'd be like, all right, bro. All right, we're going to find out, man. But at the same time, I still feel like Kenny can't develop, though. And that's the weird part about it. It's like we talk about him, and for the people that are kind of already, closed the book on him, they're like, yo, you just wasting time. Why are we even going to come back to this? But for just like the non-biased or even the Kenny supporters, you're like, bro, you still saw certain things. And that's the other side of when we talk to some of them, analysts, some of these people that are really, deep diving into this thing, they're trying to figure
what's
out.
The around the league people saying about
their
Kenny?
Big thing is this, man. They're not completely, closing the book on him because they say, number one, it's hard to play in this league as a young player. Number two, when you talk about with Matt Canada and just everything that went on, both positive and negative, and the switch, it's like, yo, that can be a lot on a young player. Then we talk about just the expectations surrounding them. But the big thing that, they see and kind of goes with what we've been talking about is just the routine stuff. In college, man, you weren't worried about Kenny missing routine throws. This year, he missed a lot of routine throws. Mm-hmm. That is not a starting quarterback if you can't make routine throws 97% of the time. And that's their big thing, but they don't know if that was just a bad year, bad, weird vibe going around. But that's what they're more focused on right now.
Absolutely.
It's like, yo, dang, can you make the deep throw? It's like, yo, you got to hit these routine throws, these crosses, these ins, these out, these on-time throws. And that's the part where, like I said, this was the first time where we both would agree. He ain't like that his first year. He was hitting those first year. It was, yo, would you? Yeah, it was like, yo, when we're gonna start taking more shots, But that's the part because it's like, yeah, they still love his ball security. They feel like that translated from college, him taking care of the ball. It's like, all right, good. We can see him taking care of the ball at times. But the big thing, you got to be more routine. But that's the same they saying about Justin Fields. The difference is they love Justin Fields' legs because they like, yo, if both of these guys are missing routine throws, they look at Justin Fields as the best runner in the league right now in terms of the QB position.
Really?
Yeah. Because when you talk about how Lamar runs versus how Josh Allen runs versus how Justin Fields runs, and you watch the three of them, it's like, all right, I get it. I ain't tripping on that.
Fields a little younger.
It's a lot easier when you're a little younger, man. But the knock on Fields, they also say is
Lamar's getting old.
Lamar getting smarter. But the thing that they were also getting on with Fields is this. They're like, your response when it becomes third and long can't be, I don't know what the coverage is, pull down and run. And that's kind of what they get on him about. He won't read, he'll just bail with his legs. Now, is it a gift? Yes. But the reason why he struggles so much is because, like, yo, eventually we're just going to spy you the whole time. We're going to play you a certain way, and that's how some people have been able to offset the legs. But the talent is there, and that's why they do still feel a lot higher on Justin because of that. But that's, when you throw in the cost of it, that's the part that makes people kind of like, about him. I think if it's no cost involved and you're talking Justin Fields, Kenny Pickett, the majority of them are going to go with Justin Fields. But when you throw the cost in there, that's when they're like, all right, well, maybe you can work with Kenny. But from the conversations I was having, that was kind of how they viewed them dudes. Because it was literally, yo, would you stick with Kenny or do you trade for Russ or do you trade for Justin Fields? And the whole Russ dynamic was, yo, if he's cheap, different convo. But with Fields, that's the thing. if you trade him for him, you're gonna pick up that option. And now those 2 years with that money, what he brings, worth more than what that is right now, along with what it does to your roster. Now, this was before some of this Deontay stuff was coming out. Also,
oh yeah, we still got to talk about that.
Yeah. That was. It ain't far off.
Real quick with the Kenny misfires, the routine misfires from last year. That's why I didn't harp on him so much.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I get it. It's something to look at when you're talking about long-term him being your franchise quarterback, because if that keeps up, you can't. That's just not good play at all. That's not good quarterback play, period. Mm-hmm. But that's not Kenny. Like, that's not – I don't know what was going on. That's why I'm chalking it up to this outlier season of his career.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Because at Pitt, extremely accurate. Extremely accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Was diamond up defenses. And then rookie season, I saw all I needed to see from him, just from the standpoint that he can play in the league. He can make every throw. He was not only extremely accurate down the stretch, but had some of those clutch moments and everything. This year was just a step back, dude. Just didn't meet my expectations, nor did it meet anyone else's expectations.
They say it was a weird year for him, bro.
Very weird year.
It was a weird year.
We still got the overcoming adversity stuff, though, with him. In the fourth quarter, QB rating gets up to the hundreds, gets the game-winning drives.
Like I said, the team level. He has the 3 people that he needs to have in his corner. He got the 3 most important people in his corner, bro. The 3 most important people.
Now, this one is a little bit off the wall, but it still has to do with what we're talking about. What do you think I'm going to ask?
I feel like we're going wide receiver, but I could be
off.
No. All right.
Just sticking with Pickett.
Okay.
But it doesn't really have anything to do with the combine. But it may have something to do with the combine.
Don't get me in trouble.
Based if you're able to read the room.
Don't get me in trouble, bro. Don't get me in trouble. What you got, man?
Con, Tomlin, Rooney. These guys all went on Pickett for draft, you feel like?
What you mean?
Like, because you hear some people say, "Oh, it was Colbert's pick. This wasn't Thomas." Do you feel like this, like those 3, like they're all in cohesion?
I feel like all 3.
Even going back to the time of the draft, like we want him.
Yeah,
like they almost told Colbert, like, leave us with him.
And I feel like that was the guy they wanted. Yeah, because
that's my feeling.
That was the dude they wanted, bro. That was the guy they wanted.
That's my feeling, because I don't think Colbert's just going rogue and saying, "I want Pickett. I'm leaving, but good luck with him."
Bro, and Colbert's still too much a part of the organization. Like, now he's not officially, you know what I mean? But he's like, yo, it's in his best. It's just, you know what I mean? We all in the same thing. We all want the squad to be better. Like, he ain't about to do nothing to just sabotage anything. Like, he is not on that type of energy, man. Nah. But I like your energy, though. Yeah. But no, I do feel like they were all on the same page, though. I feel like they were all on the same page with it, though. And I feel like they still are. I don't feel like one of them have jumped off the boat just yet for Kenny, but I do feel like this is that time for him if nothing else changes. Mm-hmm. This would be the make or break. Now, if Russ ends up here, bro, it's a different conversation. We just gonna throw it out there now. You've said it, I've said it. So that way they can come at us and be like, y'all switched it up because Russ here now. It's like, no, Russ is just in a different category because of his situation and who he is. Like, it's just a different convo, man. But
it's almost like, now there's degrees to it, but I think it's similar whenever the Broncos like went on that little playoff run with Tebow, but then that offseason they brought in Peyton Manning. Yeah. Like, that was the one guy that they could replace Tebow with.
Peyton Manning,
the Broncos fans love Tebow, but hey, it's Peyton Manning. Like,
it's Peyton,
come on.
And you're not going to trip.
We get a chance to get Peyton Manning.
And he gave him a Super
Bowl. You
guys
guys can accept this, right?
He gave him Super Bowl, too. And he gave him 50 touchdowns, too. Don't forget. Like,
it was setting records.
Come on, bro.
You get why it's similar.
I do, 100%.
But also, actually, I mean, I don't even think
our situation was different than Tebow's.
I don't even think the Steelers would have to make a case to the fans. The fans would be rejoicing of any of these quarterbacks because about 90% of the fans right now hate Kenny. Those Broncos fans love Tebow. Yeah, love Tebow.
He got him a playoff win.
Come on, dude.
I'm sorry, but he did though. Playoff wins matter. Y'all let us know that all the time. Playoff wins matter, bro. So it's like he got a playoff win, bro.
Man, can we get Ike Taylor back on? I should have asked him about that, but the vibes were too good.
Don't do that, bro. Way too
the
good.
Vibes
way too good vibes. Way too good vibes, bro. Way too good of vibes. But what were your thoughts though? I hope this is like out now. But no, it's definitely out, bro. They really aren't. You know, there's some people that really ain't all on this Caleb Williams thing either, bro.
Well, I told you he was slipping on my draft boards because of that GQ dress, but on the field, no, he's still the best quarterback. What are they saying? I thought after the combine he presented pretty well.
No. Like all of that's good. I'm just saying, like in terms of the tape people, bro.
What are they saying?
They not sold on him. Does he do the sexy stuff? Yes, but in terms of just the consistent, just every single, that's the question marks around him. They feel like Drake May does it at a good level in terms of just like true quarterback play, like without all the fancy off the like just regular, just playing QB1. Yeah, they say Drake and they say Jaden Daniels. In terms of just every single routine quarterback stuff, not getting enamored with the all right, you gonna hold it, you gonna do all this sexy stuff, boom, 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 boom. Like yeah, it looks great, but they're like, how often outside of Patrick Mahomes do you see players really have success doing that? Lamar at times, Josh Allen at times. But the majority of them dudes is like, bro, you're on schedule to an extent. Even Burrow is like, you getting it out faster. But you know where you're going with it. You know exactly how you want to attack these defenses. That's some of the concern that they have with Caleb versus, like I said, Drake and Jaden Daniels. I was like, oh, all right. I know how you felt about that, though, man.
I think people are overthinking this a little bit.
Okay.
Now, if you want to look at the GQ photo shoot and just be like, I don't know. Yeah. QB's out here wearing a dress, doing all this.
he showed up rough and rugged to the combine. My man ain't have a cut, bro. I'm like, bro, you just out here. Did you see it? Could you see it?
Yeah.
Bro, it looked bad. We like, bro, you ain't line it up. You just wherever you. Maybe he was in the darkness. Maybe he was doing that Rodgers thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because he
said he was a fan of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, some of them dudes you pull up, you like, all right, y'all boys put up for the photo shoot. Respect. The other dudes, I'm just like, you ain't care, bro. You just here.
Bro, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Caleb Williams is the best quarterback. Yeah. I think he is.
Because some of them dudes, like, it's like a split. Like, they really rocking with Drake May. Like, you definitely got a Drake. You got a Drake May. Like, you got a Drake May crowd, bro. I like all those top
three.
Yeah.
I think if you're picking one, you have to go Williams.
Yeah.
Because that's the one, if it hits, like, you're basically back in the whole Patrick Mahomes situation when you passed up on Mahomes to take Trubisky.
But Mahomes wasn't viewed as the best prospect in that draft.
He
anyways.
wasn't.
Trubisky was. It was him, Watson, and I forgot who. It was somebody else in there that was like getting talked about. I feel like you can survive a miss on Caleb. I don't think you could survive if you missed and it was Jaden and you missed on
May.
On May. Yeah, I don't think you could survive that way. Like if you draft Caleb and he's a bust, bro, I think you might be all right.
And I don't think he is. I think the floor's really high for this guy.
Yeah.
I think it's really high.
But if you skip on him and Jaden Daniels is the buzz or is the miss or is Drake May, I think that'll hurt you, bro.
I think May's good too.
Yeah.
I like Daniels. I think those are
they love bro. A lot of them dudes, bro, they swear like yo, Daniels the one. They're like, yo, Daniels. Yeah.
I've seen them make comparisons to a Herbert. Mm-hmm. Someone even brought up like a more athletic Big Ben because how he can.
I can see that. Yeah.
How he can shake off some defenders and like throw while he's being tackled and stuff.
I kind of like the Herbert better, but I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. The Big Ben stuff. Let's not be getting overboard here. Yeah, it's a little bit blasphemous. But I see what they're saying from the standpoint that he could make some of these like off schedule throws, and while he's getting hit, he's like that big body out there. Defenders are like falling off of him. Yeah. Daniel, I don't know what the comparisons are for him right now. I do think Williams is like the combination of like Rodgers and Mahomes. Mm-hmm. I think he passes the ball like out of the pocket, like a Rodgers.
The like crazy arm angles too.
Right. I think he's got some of the mobility and just the wow factor of Mahomes though.
Yeah.
Obviously if it translates to the NFL, which we're talking about, like it is the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
That's right. That's the only thing I'm like, bro. We are comparing this thing with a goat and another goat. We like, jeez.
Daniels.
Yeah, but nah, they rock with Daniels though, man.
He's good. Mm-hmm. I don't know what his comparison is though. He's kind of skinny.
Old school Lamar.
Nah, I think he throws the ball way better coming out. Yeah, way better.
Lamar was the better runner back then, but yeah, Jaden definitely could throw it better. Both play big time ball though.
He's pinpoint accurate. He's pretty damn accurate. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Right. Because he's thin, too. That's the other part. It's like you're not talking about, like, a thicker frame.
No. Yeah, I don't have a good comparison right now.
Nah.
But your thoughts, though. You're asking me about Williams.
My thing is this, man. It's like I look at Caleb the same way I looked at Trevor. You have been the guy for the past 2 to 3 years now. Of course, when you're the guy that long, when it's finally time for them to make the choice, yeah, we got to just start a couple of names. Let's see. You know, and to an extent, is Drake May and Jaden Daniels legitimate names? Sure. My big thing is just, if I'm putting them under the same set of variables that Caleb Williams has been under since taking over for Spencer Rattler at Oklahoma, and what he was able to do there and all the pressure and all the hype that came around him, and then he went to USC and did it. And then he did it again. When I think of that type of stuff, I'm just like, I don't know if Drake May's doing that to me. I don't know if Jaden Daniels going to do that the whole time like I done seen Caleb do. I've seen Caleb do this, though. So that's my thing. It's like, man, regardless of if those guys had better seasons this year, I also looked at Caleb this year saying, bro, you are doing a lot. Number one, because you're trying to prove that you're still the man. But number two, because your defense ain't worth a daggone. So you got to score 50 every week. And when you don't score 50, you lose at 48-53. I'm not tripping on that, man. So that's why for me, I'm like, if I'm going to go down with one of them, I'm going to go down with the dude that I've seen being the man for the past couple of years already versus the new guys who just popping up this season, in contrast to this dude who's been viewed as the guy, the sweepstakes for the past 2-3 years, man.
No, I do think May was on everyone's radar coming in.
They were.
But it was 1-2. It was almost like Lawrence Fields. Like, everyone knew Lawrence was one.
Lawrence was the clear-cut guy.
Fields had a name going into his last year, but you thought he was going to be 2. Now, he slipped down the board because of the Zach Wilson and Trey Lance hype for whatever reason. And, I think Williams still number 1. I think May's 2. I think Daniels is the one that kind of like popped off out of nowhere this year, winning the Heisman and everything. Yeah. I know he did some stuff at LSU the year prior, but nothing to this extent.
Right, we're talking about this dude being a top 5 pick. Yeah, top 5, top 10. It's like, yo, that's different convos, man.
You want to hear the Jaden Daniels comparisons I'm seeing online?
What you got?
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I did hear. No, you know, I've heard somebody say that. I've heard that. Yeah.
I think Daniels is more accurate.
Depends. Cleveland accurate, yeah. Houston Deshaun, I don't know, bro. Houston Deshaun was a problem. This Cleveland Deshaun is not the Deshaun that all of us know, bro.
I'm even talking about coming out, but I think Watson was more of a dynamic playmaker, though, with the legs. Okay. I think Daniels just got a little bit better of an arm. Okay. I don't know about stronger necessarily.
As far as the accurate detection stuff.
Touch and accuracy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But a lot of people are saying here that it is tough to get a comparison for Daniels because I don't even think that like sticks with me completely. But even think about when people are trying to bring up Lamar Jackson, it's like, nah.
Yeah, because it's like even when people were comparing Deshaun Watson to anything, you're like,
yeah, he's a tough comparison
what are you?
Coming out.
Yeah, because you're not a Lamar where it's like you're running, but you're not Cam, but you're not a true pocket passer. It's like you're mobile, but you're not all the way this, you're not all the way that. Yeah. It's almost like they're hybrid quarterback type situations, which is weird.
Okay, do we want to hit super chats at all?
Yeah, let's hit the supers, man. That was a fun little first topic that we done tapped into as well, man. Y'all hit that like button one time for the culture. Don't forget to subscribe either. Hopefully y'all enjoying yourselves today too.
All right, first one. I think we got official momentum in the house today.
Shout out to official momentum also.
But Deke's baby mama's the first super. She says, Deke told me a 24-hour return stream.
Maybe 24 hours for Deke returning to his baby mama. Yes. For me, I can't do that. I can't give you 24. I'm trying to stay married. All right. I don't want my wife to be my baby mama no more. I want to be my wife. It sounds way cooler. Yeah.
Well, it's good to hear she's a fan of the show.
I like she still like you too, bro. I was wondering, like, I was a little nervous. I was like, it's been a little while since we done this thing. Are they still gonna like us? You still gonna like me? You know what I mean? Like, I was
excited to come back.
Yeah, man, I was hyped. I was excited. I just didn't know if the congregation would feel like that.
Greg Yeager, Mason signs elsewhere. What would y'all do with the QB room?
Mason signs elsewhere? I'm still trying to see what Russ is talking about before I can care about that. Well, the thing too, though.
So that's your top option. You're Omar Khan right now.
Well, if you're Omar
Russ.
No, this is the thing. If you're Omar Khan, he is not released yet, so I still got to wait till to the 13th to talk to him.
Okay.
So Mason still remains priority number 1 right now because he's the only one I can talk to right now. So I'm still gonna be giving him the same offer unless Mason's representation got a different number potentially elsewhere.
You're saying you're not doing any tampering with Russ right now?
No. Listen, there's definitely tampering going on. There's definitely conversations going on. But what I'm saying is the only thing that, in terms of big news that would have changed, is if Mason's representation got new information from the combine of potential interest. Okay. Because then that would be the only thing that would make Omar have to do anything different than what he's been doing. Right now, you don't think they've been waiting on that situation, been looking at that situation, been eyeing that situation, potentially sending out the indirect fillers through the media?
Gotcha.
Come on, man, just indirectly. Oh, I heard this. Oh, man, this guy might like. It's like, yo, everybody do the same thing. Just how you get the mess over there to her. In a place like the combine, where when I tell you, Deke, it's everybody, like anybody, like bro, everybody at the thing, and everybody just talking to everybody, on record and off record. You be like, oh, that's how you really feel about that man? Wow, I never knew that. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. All right, it was kind of crazy. Like, whoa, okay. I missed that one. Yeah, man. But
you might have to tell me more.
Oh yeah, just remind me. The pot calling the kettle black. That's what it was. I was like, bro, of all the people, that's what you're talking about? And that's your agreements with that person right there? And you're really standing on that right now? I was dumbfounded. I'll definitely tell you about it. It was crazy. It's crazy this, bro. It's crazy this.
How about this one for Daniels? RG3 at Baylor.
Ooh. You know what?
That's not terrible.
RG3 was a fire running though, bro.
Daniels can run too. I think didn't Daniels have like 1,000 yards this year?
They did. I'm like RG3. I'm like, bro, RG3 was RG3.
Daniels might have a stronger arm, but that's not bad because RG3 was accurate.
RG3 at Baylor was fire.
He was very accurate.
That was a fire one.
Yep,
bro.
That's not bad.
He tried to make it where was you going
to
take him over Andrew Luck, bro? Like
RG3 is probably
nice,
faster
bro.
than Daniels.
Yeah,
straight line speed. He was like a track
Daniels
guy.
Nice, but yeah. RG could go, bro. When RG first got in this thing, we like, bro, what is that?
There's still not a good like exact comparison.
I do like the body type though, because I would definitely put him more in line with the RG3, the Deshaun Watson, the Lamars, than trying to go Vic, Allen, or any of these like thicker body dudes, man.
I don't know if I agree with John Easton here. He's going with Steve McNair.
So I feel like Steve was thicker though.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Steve though.
Unless John Easton's talking about like a young Steve McNair. I was too young to watch him play.
I've always at Alcorn
I thought
State,
he was always.
It was always thicker.
Yeah.
I've always seen thicker Steve. He was nice now. Throw that thing, got some legs on him, but yeah, I used to love Steve McNair too, bro. R.I.P. to Steve.
Fish momentum. Miss y'all. Happy Monday. Wednesday will be a year since my father, Jack Murray Myers Jr., passed away. Went home to God. Hug your loved ones. Appreciate life.
Nah, big facts on that. Big facts and thoughts and prayers as well, man.
Let's go, UW. While Gibbs' 40 was disappointing, Moats, my man Frank Crum, showed out.
Shout out.
Bald pair with him. Jones and our OTs will be set for the decade.
Now, look, I know you weren't.
He showed out in bold. Pair him with Jones and our OTs will be set for a decade.
Listen, let's go UW. I know you like Frank. I'm just throwing it out there, bro. He's not the one I love the most. All right, I see these tackles, man. All right. I'm trying not to be sold on inexperience, but dig on it, man. I'm kind of liking some of this inexperience that I've been seeing from Amarius Mims. All right, we ain't talking to him just yet, but I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. We're gonna talk though. But Frank did well, man. And trust me, Easton, yeah, he didn't have the best 40, but his tape is still hot, and that's the one thing I will say. And the other thing that's helping Easton is this: there isn't this like we said, the dominant first round prospect at linebacker. So that's the other part for Easton, man. I still like Easton. Don't get it twisted, man. No, Frank's straight though, man. Without a doubt, Frank is straight. It's just man, you've seen this class, the way they talking about these tackles, these interior offensive linemen. Like, there are a good amount of prospects, man, that I think we're gonna be fine with whatever approach we want to go. I do think the free agency element is going to be unique in terms of replacing the center portion, because as much as I know we're leaning more, do you draft a center? There is this other part where they're like, bro, you go sign this in free agency, man, and we can go ahead and draft this tackle. And now we got that square because they feel like it's a lot easier to replace a center in free agency than it is to find a tackle.
Fair.
So it's like, if you're going to take one in the first 2 rounds, you take the tougher position to replace versus taking the center or the guard in the first round. And that's why it's like, unless you're a Tyler Linderbaum or unless you're like some pouncy god tier
I
prospect,
like this Powers Johnson.
you don't take him. Yeah. Now Powers Johnson is the guy that they all say if you're gonna take one of the first, that's the guy to take. After that, they talking Zach Frazier. They're talking Barton Graham or Graham Barton, excuse me, from Duke. And then that's when Cedric Van Pran kind of gets involved in that mix. But it's a good amount of them dudes, man, that are at the tackle spot that they're like, yo, you can still bump these guys in. Or they played interior early on in their career before bumping outside. So, like I said, we're going to have some options with it. But that's definitely one of the things that, in terms of just, because, you know, I was big on that, man. Like, yo, you taking Jackson Powers, right? Just take him at 20. Simple, right? Like, nah, you don't have to necessarily take that at 20 when you can go ahead and sign something in free agency. What's the cat? Lloyd Cushenberry out of Denver. It's like, they like him a lot. A lot of people talking about him. So it's like, all right, what does that cost though? You know what I mean? But it's a couple of centers free agency wise, where it's, if the number makes a little bit more sense, that might be a better alternative than just drafting the center.
Some breathing room.
Yeah. Yep. So I was like, all right, that's an interesting thought process. I never thought of it in that sense of less about is he the better player at that spot, more so what is easier to, I can get a center that can come and give me this, whereas which free agent tackle, who am I going to find, you know what I mean, that can come in here and essentially start or be the upgrade of what we had last year, because they've already said they want Broderick back at left. So now we know, okay, you either compete in that right.
This is the year for that. He said eventually. I'm assuming this year too. Is that your thoughts?
Yes.
As it should be.
I think we should all be thinking about what's our right tackle situation going to look like.
Yeah, Dan
I think
Moore versus whoever over on the right side, I think
Mm-hmm.
is what should be. And Dan Moore could be the backup left tackle as well.
Yeah, well, right now,
he still has value.
Dan has swing tackle value. He's also started for, 3 seasons in the NFL at left tackle. Broderick, though, to me, is going to get first opportunity to fail. You survive, bro, we great. We ain't tripping on it. You fail, we know we can go back to Dan. But right tackle, I do think now becomes a lot more at the forefront. So yeah, that's, like I said, just talking with some of them dudes, it's like, all right, I get why y'all have that approach. Because if you get Jackson Powers, where are we going with that right tackle spot? Chooks is about to be one of the top free agent tackles out there right now.
Yeah.
Think about that, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're probably not feeling amazing about drafting a right tackle in the second.
Because Tyron Smith is left. You know what I mean?
That wouldn't be a bad pickup.
We ain't trying to break the bank on that. Then put Broderick back at right.
For a year or two.
It don't kill anything.
Yeah,
it definitely don't kill anything.
That would not be bad at all.
No.
You're right. I don't think we do that.
Yeah. It would, for certain, shore up the O-line. We would feel great about that part.
Yeah, and then you go linebacker draft, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not opposed to just doing back-to-back linemen.
That's fair also. Yeah.
You go one of the better tackles in the first round, whoever it is, whoever falls to us, or even if we trade up, and then you go Frazier in the second if he's available.
Yeah, Frazier is definitely an option. The thing that, in terms of just their thought process going into the draft, they want the Kevin Colbert approach. 22 starters before we ever draft. Right now, we short. So that's the only thing that they want to get figured out.
How many are they saying we're short?
Of course, they wouldn't give me that. You know, we can have our opinions on those numbers, but
we're definitely short. Yeah. Cornerback, linebacker, and center. At least right now.
Who's your right? Well, they like Spencer Anderson a lot, though. I will throw that out there. They like Spencer.
Oh man,
I know.
No, we can't say he's a starter going into the draft. No, but I think we could get away. Like you could say Dan Moore starting left tackle, Broderick right tackle, for the sake of conversation. Sure. Unless you really want Broderick over on the left side, like if that's how you want to fill out your depth chart.
What did Omar Khan say?
He said he's going to get there eventually, and I do feel like that means this year. It should mean this year.
That's my whole thing. I'm like, bro, if he was worried about it being next year or 2 years from now, he would have never said it right now. I'm like, bro, if you go on left, clearly we're going to look at the right. And even if Broderick's going to be at right, people still don't feel comfortable with Dan Moore at left.
No. But you know he could start games. That's
right.
That's really what I'm getting at.
Because my thing is this, like, I still feel like you're down to right. Because you could bump James Daniels, play him at center, and then you put Herbig at guard, and now you have 4 of the 5. When have you seen Dan Moore play right tackle?
Yeah, either way, we're down. We're down another lineman.
Yeah.
We're down another lineman. Whether you want to say
down a tackle, you can make a case. You're gonna need a corner, and then, like I said, linebacker.
That's right now.
Yeah.
That's before potentially we cut Casey or Neal.
Or it's another one back there.
Pat P.
Yeah. Because you saw you could save a lot of money with that one.
Yeah, I'm not saying we got a starting quarterback with him on the roster right now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Mm-hmm.
He's like safety guy right now, utility
Mm-hmm.
guy. Yeah, we need a starting guy across JPJ.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, on offense, I guess Robinson's still around. Are we considering a slot receiver, like a starter?
You said Robinson is still around.
No, I don't think he should be around, but technically he is.
No, I'm saying
breaking news.
No, I ain't say that either, bro. I'm just saying, bro, like we just got to be aware of the situation. That's all I'm saying. All right,
we're gonna clear some cap space.
Yeah, I don't know if we could just bank on that one specifically.
No, that's all, yeah. So are we considering slot receiver starting position?
I'm thinking that's a position that we still might. We got Calvin. Calvin is there. He's under contract. He's young.
I'd say that's open, man.
Okay, well, so yeah, we kind of opened it.
He can be in competition with a rookie.
Yeah.
If we draft a dude, but if we bring in a veteran like a Tyler Boyd, that's his spot.
Right. Because it's not that you can't go into the draft without a hole, but the problem is they bring up the Artie Burns scenario. We had a hole. We all knew what we needed to get. And when you don't get the guy that you want, now you got to go get the next. And it doesn't matter if you think that's where he's supposed to be drafted or not, you're pigeonholed. They don't want that approach. So if we go into this thing and it's like, yo, we got to either hit on Jackson Powers or Zach Frazier. Somebody just out the blue, just like, yo,
I think we did a good job of that last year with a lot of our free agent signings.
We did.
We kept it pretty versatile.
I mean, the past couple of years we've done a decent job of it, man.
Yep.
But we haven't really felt like, yo, we have to get a piece. We have to get this. We have to get that. And that's, like I said, that's a testament. That's a good thing that we've been doing with free agency and just being able to retain some of these guys.
Yeah, I still don't know the bad move Omar Khan's made yet.
Man, so far so good, man. So far so good.
I might be missing one, but he's been on the money.
And keep it going, baby. Keep it going, Omar.
Fish momentum. Prayers to Chris Mortensen, his family and friends. Rest in peace.
Yeah, man. We lost Chris Mortensen yesterday. Was it 72 years old, man? R.I.P. to Chris Mortensen. Obviously a legend when it talks, when you're talking about just NFL media, man, being a part of the NFL family, his impact on the game. And then we also lost one of our Steeler brothers as well, Andy Russell, 82 years old. That was Saturday. It was a late Friday/Saturday time frame.
Yeah, it was over the weekend.
Yeah, but Andy Russell, man, one of the original guys that Chuck Noll decided to keep when he first took over the team. Obviously a part of the multiple championships, man, and that foundation of, the Steelers as we view them today or as we know them, man. So, Andy Russell, part of the inaugural Steelers Hall of Honor, one of the original class when they did that, man. He was one of the guys they put in. So they said, man, for Andy and for Chris, man. R.I.P., man, but salute them dudes, man, because they definitely left their impact, they stamp on this world, man, and we feeling all the ripple effects from that, man. So salute them dudes, man, definitely.
Am I missing something here on Andy Russell?
Mm-hmm.
Why hasn't he gotten Hall of Fame consideration?
Yeah, that's above
my pay grade. 7-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, he fired, bro.
2-time Super Bowl champion. Was one of the founding guys with the whole 70s dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Alan Page Award?
Alan Page, I'm not familiar off the top of my head. The name sounds familiar, but I'm not.
Yeah, 7-time Pro Bowler, 2-time Super Bowl champion. I mean, there's guys with lesser accolades getting in.
This is also accurate. I mean, we still got LC. He ain't in yet. That's one of the dudes, man. LC, they talk about him.
This is like the Walter Payton.
What Alan Page Award is?
Yeah, I think so. NFLPA. This is, I guess, from the NFLPA.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's,
makes sense then.
It's a community award.
Yeah. I like that then, man. Salute Andy, bro. Like I said, Andy was a vibe to be around, bro. Always had good vibes, good interactions with Andy, man.
Farron Bradford, I see us getting Mims or Fuaga in the first, but what do y'all think of Coleman in the second if he's there? Reset the receiver room or give DJ the long-term extension?
Yeah, those are all legitimate. Mims, I just dropped a video on Mims, man. I'm a fan of him. I just hate the fact that he's only had 4 career starts. But when he's been in those games, yeah, you're like, this is exactly what I want. Big, aggressive, eyeball test, maul you, run block, pass block, checks a ton of the boxes off. Played at Georgia, national champ. 2 of his 4 starts were in the semi and national championship game in which they won, and he was blocking fools to sleep. And it was really dope to see him opposite of Broderick Jones. Broderick at left, Van Preen at the center. I'm like, bro, all right, keep playing. We can make this happen in Pittsburgh. All right, we're going to get you at 20, get you in about the third. All right.
This dude feels way more risky, though,
than
a Broderick.
So put it like this. Broderick wasn't risky in the sense that Broderick had a lot more film. For Amarius, he missed the majority of the season with a high ankle sprain. So it's like, you'll hear me talk injury when we get to some of these linebackers. We won't talk all the linebackers today, but like Peyton Wilson is a dude, first round talent. But the reason why nobody's going to touch him in the first round, when I say injury history for him, is very different. Amarius, you missed the majority of this season because of high ankle sprain that you sustained in the first game, and you came back at the end of the season. Peyton Wilson had 14 surgeries on knees and shoulders post high school. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot. Now we talk about it. Come here and play in the NFL where it's going to be even more physical, even more demanding. That's, some of the stuff. Whereas with Amaris, you're not dealing with that. The thing with Amaris is this inexperience, and that is legitimate. And if you're not a fan of that, I can understand it. For me, it's the Pat Meyer element that makes me feel a little bit more comfortable because I saw him work with Broderick Jones. We saw Broderick not come in here and play left tackle, which anybody could just say, oh, man, he was the first round. He's supposed to come out there and play left tackle and be great. But he wasn't playing left tackle. He was playing right tackle. And he looked good. I think of that, and I think of how this O-line played at times, and I'm like, bro, that's not an easy thing to just do. We talk about how guys have come in here and struggled playing out of position. Heck, we praised Kevin Dotson in L.A. because we like, yeah, they got him in his natural position. He looks good.
Don't remind me.
Broderick playing that right, and we're like, yo, Broderick, you looking good. And this as a rookie, man. So that's the part where I do find more comfort in Pat Meyer's development of these dudes in terms of his coaching part. I also think of how, whether it was Herbig that had to get an opportunity, Daniel Sayumali, they're good players, but as a whole, it was like, yo, we felt towards the back half. It was like, yo, this O-line is not the issue right now. And that's the part for me that I am a little bit more of a believer in terms of just, yo, if you get him in here. Now, I would also say this, man, and a lot of people say this at the combine in terms of, the suits and that type of stuff and the scouts and everything. That pressure or the O-line performance thing, it is not exclusively on them dudes, man. It's just as much on the quarterback. How long he's holding that ball. We talk about the OG Tom Brady approach and, playing against him and other guys that played against him would all say the same thing. His O-line was trash. It was just he gets the ball out so fast that you never get a chance. Or even if you win, you're never going to get to him. And then by the time he does try to hold it, man, it's after 3-4 snaps in a row. You're tired now, so it don't matter. And they're saying how when you look at Kenny versus Mitch or even Mason, the depth of their drops matter. One's a little bit more shallow than the other one. Talk about how much time it takes for you to process getting that ball out. That matters. We talk about how that was part of the emphasis of when you look at Lamar, him trying to get it out faster. I know that's up in Buffalo with Josh Allen getting it out faster. We talk about Mahomes. It's like, man, at times it's like, bro, it don't even matter how fast you beat them dudes. But at the same time, it's like, you take them same offensive linemen and put them elsewhere, and we're looking at Orlando Brown, for example. And we think about how we view him. We're like, bro, we could kill that. But him out in Kansas City, they like, yo, they love him.
Well,
that part, yeah.
Why these quarterbacks are getting paid the way they are.
100%. Right? But that's also, going back to your dude, Kenny, that's another part where they like, that doesn't get talked about, but he has to be better there also to help some of that situation out too.
Yeah, it was a bad back and forth effect. I think from both. I don't think Kenny at times helped the O-line when they were blocking in the midst of the Canada era last year. The receivers weren't particularly amazing, but I don't think Kenny did either of those position groups favors either. It was just, I think, a mess all around. And Canada with some of his play calls weren't helpful either. Yeah. But Mason, you got to see those last 4 games with Mason. He made everyone look better, and that's why I'm so impressed with him and interested in bringing him back.
But that's definitely one of the things you think about, just the rhythm of it. It wasn't a whole bunch of, man, I got to hold it, putting a lot of pressure on these tackles, on these guards and centers and stuff like that, man. So it was like, I do
And he would
get
step
that
up
part.
in the pocket, too.
Yeah. And we obviously all of us were on the same page. Climb in the pocket versus keep trying to bail. Because bailing just makes it hard on the tackle, bro. You pushing him to where he's running.
Simply put, this is all why we said this is the best quarterback play we've seen in the last 2 years. Well, we got out of Mason those last 3 games. Like, these are all part of it. That's why it looked better.
Yeah.
That's why the O-line looked better. That's why the running game looked better. The receivers looked better.
Everybody was happy. Everything was good, bro.
Mason was one of these X-Factor quarterbacks for that stretch.
He was, bro.
It's crazy to say.
He definitely was, man.
He was one of those force multipliers.
Yeah.
He was. He was good. Stats didn't lie either. He was he was legitimately a top 10 quarterback. If you wanted to get into the efficiency stuff, he was like top 2 or 3 in those last regular season games.
He did everything that he could do in that situation. He controlled everything that he could control.
Yeah.
This is the business side of it. This is do I feel confident giving you this money, and do I feel confident that you're going to replicate this while I'm paying you this, and you're going to do it in this time frame. You're not going to wait, a year from now and to get back to this. It's like, if I pay you this is what I expect from you. That's what we're going to find out, though, with him, and we'll see if the team believes in him to that extent also.
It shouldn't be that high of a risk, though.
The number is what dictates how high of a risk it is.
That's what I don't see it being more than 5 or 6.
Right. 5 or 6 is not a high risk. If it's 10, that's a high risk.
That's more, yes.
Right. But if you Mason, which one do you want?
You want the more money.
But hopefully he'll just go for the better situation.
But I feel like if you're paying him $10 million, you're probably gonna give him the best opportunity to start. But I'm gonna stand by. I think that's here. I truly do.
I don't see us giving him 10, bro.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not gonna do that.
I don't think any team's gonna give him 10. But I think we give him the best opportunity to start.
I think he gets the best opportunity to start here. I think he gets the worst deal though here, because I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think. What's the point?
I think we give him 4 or 5.
Okay.
You think other teams are giving him that?
Well, that's the part we're gonna find out.
So you think other teams maybe would give him that? We would just give him
I personally
like 2?
think, yeah.
Okay.
I think another team would give you more. Yeah. But I could be wrong, and we'll find out next week, bro. We'll definitely find out, bro.
Even if he doesn't get a chance to start, maybe if an outside team wants him, they're just looking at him as a backup.
Yeah.
I still think he's worth 4 or 5 at least. Like he's a
Mitch
high-end
was
backup,
getting, bro.
Yeah, that's more than Mitch.
Right.
Yeah, that's more than no, that's less than Mitch. Mitch was getting like 10.
No, you're right. I'm tripping.
Wasn't he getting it was like 7 or 8, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There was some like option kicker that happened. We gave him the extension. I think it was around 7 or 8. If we would have kept him this year, it would have been like 10 or 11. Yeah. But either way, like that's a fair number for a quality backup.
Yeah.
Let alone actually maybe bringing him in to be QB1 and compete.
Yeah.
I think we'd give him that opportunity, though. Man, well, depends on who you ask. Depends on who you ask, I guess.
They could hit him with that, too, and say, bro, this is great backup, buddy, bro. Just here. Enjoy this. Come here, throw that ball in camp. Make it look spicy. Wait for injury.
How about this one, though? This is the second part of Farron Bradford's question. Reset the wide receiver room.
Oh, so
Deontay Johnson, trade rumors.
The trade rumors are there for a couple of reasons. Number one, you got a lot of wide receivers that are very talented, and we've been saying wide receivers like the new running back in the sense of like
all these guys look like studs.
Everybody's nice. Yeah. Even in the second round, you're like, bro, you can take somebody at 50, 51.
These are like big body dudes.
Yeah.
Too.
I'm like, man, whether you want big speed, you got the little, it's like, you just got a plethora of options. Coleman, what's the cat from Michigan? Wilson, he's another guy that they like. Shoot, shout out to the cat over in Washington. Was it a Dunzi? I think he says last night. Yeah, bro, we're just telling them all these dudes is nice, man.
Yeah, those rumors are heating up.
All these dudes
the
are nice.
Might trade up for them.
All of them are nice. So think of it this way: how much did we say Deontay was getting this year? It was what, 18? So the theory is, you can trade Deontay, get you potentially some type of pick that you can use in this upcoming draft, hopefully a second. And that's the conversation. If you get in a second for him, you move on from him and you clear up some space, you draft the receiver, and then you use the rest of that money that you saved in free agency. Now, you can definitely do that. And that is why this is a legitimate conversation.
1 year left on the contract too, so there's no guarantee re-sign him either.
So this is definitely a legitimate conversation. Now the dilemma or the sticking is proven production versus the draft, or because you're gonna draft guy, you can't band-aid it in free agency
in the first 3 rounds at least.
And that's the thing. So it's like we all like the class. We all feel like they're good. We've seen a lot of young receivers come in and have success right away. Now, we know the situation is different because you're pairing a young rookie receiver with potentially young Kenny Pickett. You still got young George Pickens. Do you want to go and take away your most proven target and insert another young player while you're still trying to evaluate Kenny? If you go that route, that's a legitimate dilemma.
Maybe the other stuff overweighs that, but it's definitely a concern.
Right. But that's kind of how them conversations are right now.
Now, the chat's bringing up some solutions.
Okay, let me hear it, man.
You can almost combine the both.
Let me hear it.
John Easton says DJ in a third for Jordan Addison.
I mean, but why would Minnesota give up Jordan Addison?
They're not.
Yeah.
But
that's my whole thing.
You'd bring in some familiarity. You get a dude, young stud on a rookie contract.
I mean, look, if that's the case, get Justin Jefferson to come with him. Yeah. I just don't see why Minnesota is doing that.
Maybe it saves. No, that wouldn't save money at all.
No,
actually.
It would not. And if they potentially got to move on from Justin Jefferson, why the heck would they want to move on from Justin and then give up Jordan Addison for DJ?
Listen, people shit on my takes all the time.
I'm with you, bro.
That one I was right on.
Look.
That one I was right on. I said Jordan Addison's going to be really good.
He's nice, bro.
And if we were to have traded Deontay last year, we better get Deontay in the draft or Jordan Addison in the draft.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it would be worth it.
Fair enough.
To save the money, reset the receiver room, the rookie contract, that type of stuff. Addison's the only guy the Deontay trade would have been worth it for.
The only thing in terms of devil's advocate, he got to start out with Kirk Cousins.
Nah, but he played good through the rest of the season with
I'm talking about everything else, though. You don't think that helps your development? You don't think having a Kirk Cousins helps? Like, that's...
Pickett and Addison had that chemistry, though, coming from Pitt.
That's cool. That's cool, bro. I'm just throwing it off with, what they would say. Yeah. I like it, though, bro. If that's the connection that he need to get him back to...
You're right. It's not happening.
Well, Minnesota, I just don't see why Minnesota would do it.
There's no reason to do it. It's stupid.
I'm all for Jordan Addison, though. Jordan Addison is nice to say. If he don't want to go there, he can go to Buffalo. I'll tell you that.
No. Anywhere but there.
Hey, look, Buffalo, Minnesota already got some history with trading receivers, bro. We already got... Hey, look, bro. If he wanted somewhere to go where he going to have a blast, the weather is better.
What's the hot button issues going on up there right now?
I mean, big thing right now is just if they're going to decide to save some money with Diggs.
Would it be cutting him or extension?
Nah, I'd be moving on from him.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like real at this point?
It's not that it's not real. It's just when you're talking about what you're paying him versus the return on the investment. You're not saying he's not a dominant receiver. But the question is, the window for the Diggs run is going to be a lot sooner than the Josh Allen window. Right. So you're saying right now you got James Cook, who's still young. He's a part of this new wave. Do you want to wait another year to see if this is going to happen or not? Or do you go ahead and be more proactive?
Yeah, like full Patrick Mahomes Chiefs approach.
Exactly.
Just surround them with some inexperienced young receivers, hopefully that Allen can...
Draft you a receiver, because we always say it's a deep class. Now you get you some help elsewhere, and you just trust that he's going to do what he's supposed to do. But the case is, because of the second half of the season, Diggs' numbers were a lot lower, but it was because of the attention he was drawing, and then it was playing through the running back. So... That's why. That's legit.
How much money is that worth for you? Yeah.
Come on, bro. You know what them receivers cost, man. Them receivers cost, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I think this...
And he's still a guy. He's still a top 5. He's still in that convo, bro.
Yeah, well, I was going to say this Deontay trade, it makes sense. This is something that's consistently brought up, but I think it makes legit, more sense now than ever, just because we're in the last year of his deal, and we didn't get a great Deontay season last year.
And now, you feel a lot better about Pickens
for that,
too.
Sure, but
you feel a lot better about Pickens also because you've seen a larger sample size.
Yep.
So that's why a year ago I don't think it has the same legs, whereas now it does have legs.
Yeah.
And then if you really want to dive into it more, you've already heard Deontay say that he kind of want Mason.
Now, 2 problems with this Deontay trade. One would be, I don't know if his market's as good as it would have been last year or the year prior, just because of all these receivers in the draft. Like, wouldn't a receiver needy team be thinking the same thing as us? Like, man, we need a receiver. Why don't we just get one in the first or second round and get a rookie contract?
Yeah.
These guys are studs.
I think the debate just goes back to
the proven.
Yeah, you getting a proven commodity. That's why it costs more, but you don't have to do as much with it. This rookie, it's a rookie. Are you one of the lucky ones that get these, pro-rated, they come out here right out the gate? Or are you one of the unlucky ones where you like, all right, bro, come on, man. How you ain't, come on, bro. You supposed to, come on, you still ain't gave me that yet? If you want to take the chance. But that's the dilemma that teams are having. That's the dilemma that we're having right now. Because we technically already got DJ. But that's the convo. It's like, I can save on this contract and potentially get something that might be just as good. And it's a lot cheaper.
Maybe even better.
Right.
Some of these guys, I think, got some high ceilings.
Yeah. Like, that's legitimate. Or you run the risk of, I've essentially took one less weapon away from a guy that is in a critical part of his development and his evaluation. And not only are you getting a new coordinator, you losing one of your most sure, reliable targets.
And there's
over the
some
past
chemistry
couple years.
there either way, whether it is Pickett or Mason.
Yeah.
There's some natural chemistry there.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing with Deontay, though, that I think hurts his trade value is just the year left on his deal. It's just 1 year.
Nice.
So now you're getting into the Fields conversation of, like, you trade for him. Do you give him the extension, or are you just rocking with him for a year? That hurts the value.
I would agree with you there. I will say the one caveat versus the Fields, that number is negotiable. With Fields, that option is that option. You know what I mean? Like, there ain't no coming off of that number. It is what it is.
Yeah.
With
you know what the
DJ, at least with DJ, it's like, well, hey, man, let's see what this year looks like. And we can extend you something long term. But at the same time, if you flop, we chase Claypool, you let you just go on to the next.
Yeah, that's true, too. Yeah, that's true. Because not every team in the league operates like the Steelers and stops contract negotiations.
Oh, yeah, during the season. Yeah.
When the
I mean, no,
starts.
there's plenty of teams that will negotiate. Yeah.
So it's like, Deontay, you have a hot month or two. Yeah, we could talk extension.
Mm-hmm.
I would get it, though. I'd be bummed trading him for a third.
If it's a second, I love it. A third, I'm not the biggest fan, because if I'm just simply saying this is the round that I'm going to replace his value, I don't think a third round is going to give me what Deontay could give me in 2024. A second rounder, I think I can make a case. A first rounder, absolutely. The second rounder is like, all right, because some of them dudes, they are still nice as heck.
First rounder somehow.
Yeah.
That'd be insane.
It would. It's just he costs. If he didn't cost as much, it would be an easy thing to do, because Deontay is nice. He's proven. He's consistent as heck, bro. Like, in terms of just like, yo, I can trust that is going to do it every time. Like, it's proven production. Proven production come with a premium, though.
There's one more thing I wanted to say about this.
Uh-oh.
But I think I forgot.
Uh-oh.
I don't think this is what I wanted to say, but it just popped into my mind. Did you hear that this is potentially just as much on Deontay as it is the Steelers wanting out?
I can see that.
Deontay may be a little disgruntled.
He already told you who he wants at quarterback, Deke. We could act like we don't hear when they say certain things or when they put certain things out, but it's like, until they tell me they lying, I'm going to believe them.
Now, if he wants out, then, you make a trade.
Right.
You want volunteers, not hostages, as Tomlin says.
I just think it's a scenario where, just outside looking in, I think DJ might be a little frustrated, but I also think that he's still committed to being here. He's just being vocal about, not publicly to everybody, but I do feel like he's then got that communication to them.
Yeah, I think Kabali made an article on it today.
Right. I'm not against.
Or no, he said it on the Fan. I'm sorry.
It's like, I'm not against, him vocalizing that type of stuff, as long as it's with the intent that we want to be better as a team. And that's why I'm saying it. Not because I'm just pissed and I just want to get my feelings out there and all I care about is me. I think those are different things. I think we can still voice our displeasure. No different than we talked about Mr. Rooney earlier on, right? We could talk about, we love you as an owner, but we want you to be better here. It doesn't mean I want to leave, but I ain't about to act like this ain't an issue. Like, fix this, and now everything is great. But this don't mean that you can do whatever here. And I think for Deontay, to an extent, he might feel like that. because it's like, man, where else are you gonna operate like this? It's just the quarterback. Y'all just give it all these, He's like, man, y'all been wanting to bench me, and I'm way more nice. Bro, y'all was ready to throw me off the team for walking and not seeing a fumble in the whole Jenkins scenario. He's like, bro, you serious? Give me Mason. Yeah, I get it. If that's the case, I get it. I'm outside looking in though, so I can't say that's the case.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't want to be here, you make a trade. You move on.
But receivers are receivers. We know this.
But he responded on Twitter. A couple things makes you think that he's just laughing at some of these reports.
I'm hoping so.
Because he said people are just like talking nowadays. People are just like talking just to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I could pull up the other ones. No, I might have got rid of them actually. I had him here. That was the main one. He was like, I think everyone's just talking just to talk.
That's the response I like to see from him. Put the fire out. Don't allow it to be something if it ain't nothing, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to have Deontay. I've got no problem.
I was literally about to ask you, what would you do?
I got no problem keeping him. I got no problem trading him if the price is right.
I swear I felt the same way, bro. I'm like, if it's a second, all right, DJ, I love you, bro, but I ain't tripping.
I didn't really think this was on the table, but it's the offseason, and
man, I can't.
Would it be an offseason without a Deontay Johnson trade rumor?
Don't be surfing. Yeah, I'm thirsty here, man.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah, man, come on.
So, yeah, you're saying if the price is right.
Yeah, if the price was right, yeah, for a second rounder, I'm not tripping on it because I do feel like I could get me not the same level of production, but I do feel like George Pickens is going to take another level. I think he's going to go up another step because we've been seeing him do that. So I do feel like I could trust that with something younger. My big question is, what's my slot looking like?
Yeah. Because
I don't feel confident with what it could currently look like.
Yeah. Hold on. I think I got that thing I was going to say about Deontay.
Bring that thing, bro.
I think I got it back. No, I forgot it.
It'd be like that.
Man. Well, if it comes up, I'll express it. We got Farron Bradford. I see us getting... No, here it is. Last point with this whole Deontay trade stuff. If there is a team that's going to replace a receiver, what team you betting on to do that? It is us. So if you're going to pick one team that's going to move on from a solid receiver, we're the squad to do it.
I think we would definitely do it. And I think we got the most confidence with it, too. We
that's what I mean. And be successful.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to feel
I would
great
trust us
confidence.
the most out of any team out there.
Yeah.
Most recently, Claypool Pickens. Who would have thought? We didn't even need a receiver that bad.
Bro, we were like, no way. It's like, oh, no, you were right. You're smart. Way smarter than us.
We still got the best out of Claypool that we probably could have. First 2 years, got like 800-something yards each of those 2 years.
They say maximize it, then we got to move on from it, bro.
Then we got to see, what Claypool was really about as time went on. And, you make a trade and you get JPJ in return for him. That was incredible. That's why we call him the con artist. He's unbelievable.
It's facts.
Farron Bradford, no, that's the comment we just read. Dondre Zell, I told y'all Brandon Fisk was a dog.
Oh, no, he cooked. He definitely cooked. I said, that's the big boy, man. Tested well, too, bro.
Fisher Momentum, congrats to the better Kelsey. Hashtag Travis, you're next. That's a hot take.
I did see my man retire.
That's a hot take. I'm sorry, official, but that's...
You don't think Travis retiring next?
No, he said Jason's the better Kelsey.
Oh, that part. Okay.
Come on, bro. Dude, Travis Kelce's being talked about as like the best tight end of all time. It's like between him and Gronk.
If center was a sexy position, people would talk about. It's because it's not a sexy position. It's just easy to look at touchdowns and say, "Oh yeah, man, touchdowns matter." So we're gonna talk about that.
Nah, he's damn good. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Best of all time. Like this is what Travis Kelce's. This is his realm. Like top 2 tight ends.
I get it.
You're taking Jason.
I'm just simply saying. Because you don't appreciate that position doesn't minimize his dominance. That's all.
No, bro. I want to draft the center first.
Yeah, bro.
Official Momentum. Crazy Bones from Bones Thug and Harmony. New Crazy Melodies Volume 2 featuring Ambition the Kid.
Let's go.
Coming this spring. Hashtag Ambition the Kid. Hashtag Pretty Ricky.
Shout out. You got to let them know where they can find the, I guess anywhere they stream it, right? Tidal, Apple Music. Yeah.
Spotify.
There we go. Let's go. I like it though, baby. I like it.
Elijah West. So for away games, do athletes get accommodations?
Yes, but in terms of accommodations, yeah, you have a team hotel that you're gonna stay in, right? Some places, those accommodations are a lot better than others. Meaning, some places you're at the hotel and you're like, bro, I probably would not stay here if I was by myself. I would probably stay in the hotel around the
cigarette burns in the beds.
I'm not going that far, but y'all act as if some of these owners don't like to cut corners. This is why I always laugh whenever we talking just the athlete versus the owner, because it's like, bro, the athlete got more stuff that is going to vocally be able to talk about it, but it's not something that a lot of people are going to be able to ever like really like care about, because it's like, yo athletes, you know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, if only y'all thought about it in the sense that was more like realistic to, the scenario that everybody was in. That's the part. It's like, nah, it ain't cigarette burns, but at the same time, it's like, bro, if I'm going to stay somewhere, there is a certain level that I'm personally going to pay. Everybody got their own thing. Some people are like, bro, you turn the lights off, it's all the same. I was scarred when I was young. I used to turn the lights off, you hear people moving. And it wasn't people, it was little critters. All right. So I don't feel that way. I'm bougie when I go to certain places. So yeah, I'm gonna feel the same way. And I've earned a lot of hard-earned money. So yeah, it's a certain standard that I want. So if it ain't there, I'm gonna absolutely have an issue with it. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Deke. I for certain will have an issue about that, bro. I don't ship out the plane because, like I said, I just want to land. I don't care, just land me, bro. For a fact, I've complained about the room before. I know I've done that. Not here, but I for a fact have complained about the room before. Yes, for a fact, bro. So it ain't like that. But yeah, but in all seriousness, in terms of the accommodations, man, some people have issues with like the meals, right? Some places, man, the team will cater different meals for you, right? Or have like high-end stuff, high-end restaurants come here bringing in. Others is like, bruh, I can't eat this. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of deal with that type of stuff. I always said, man, coming from JMU, bro, I'm just happy I get the opportunity to be here. Not everybody came at JMU, though. Some people come from Florida. Some people come from USC. Some people come from bigger programs where collegiately they've already had a certain level of expectations of what they're used to accommodation-wise.
Sure. Yeah, we got all these dudes from Alabama and Georgia.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm like, bro, it ain't an Arthamos thing, okay? Because Arthamos is from
Wisconsin
James Madison,
must have
bro.
some good facilities as well.
Listen, I'm from James Madison University. I'm from P-Town, born in Norfolk, all right? In terms of accommodations, Deke, as long as it ain't no bullets and no junkies, bro, I ain't tripping. You feel me? I ain't tripping. Usually I'm pretty low maintenance. Now everybody else, I can't. I've seen some stuff, bro. I've seen some stuff. You be like, bro, you for real? Like that? That's the reason? That specific? Like, I get it, bro. All right. We just got different break. I'm like, man, we ain't tripping on that. I'm just glad to be here, bro. But there are a lot of athletes that don't take the approach of just being glad to be here. They don't look at it as, oh, I get to do this. They look at it as, bro, I've done this, and this, and I've earned this, and this is what you better do because you are the billionaire. And if you don't want to, we can find another owner. That's all. Some of these other guys think of it, bro. Yeah. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. It's a lot of dudes think like that. Yeah. I'm not on that. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not on that. But it is some people on that deep. You be like, yo, you tripping, bro. It ain't even that serious. Bro, I'm tired of riding this, man. Every time we land, y'all ain't never got this type of thing. Y'all always got I'm like, bro, what? Like, what? No, I'm tired of, if this is the first bus and this is where everybody's supposed to be, why do I got to share a seat? If you can't get enough, well, I should have my seat and my bag here, bro. Get out. I'm like, are you serious? Why the coaches got to send you need to put them on that bus because they taking so much space. You're like, bro, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's real like that, though, bro. Mm-hmm.
Cliff the Dark Knight. Historically, we sign one receiver to a bag. Would either of you one, sign DJ and move on from GP? No, I would not do that.
Well, DJ's already got the bag.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, I guess he's saying at one time.
No, I'm with you on that, yeah. But I'm saying, like, in this sense, I think it's already kind of told us who is who.
What, just hearing the trade rumors? Is that what you mean?
Man, the timing of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think GP's the guy we're signing.
Yeah, I'm
for
like,
sure.
GP, that's the answer.
And he says, 2, sign GP and move on from DJ. 3, draft the receiver in round 1 and hope it's the future wide receiver 1 moving on from DJ and GP.
Oh.
2's the answer.
Whoa, definitely 2. No 3. 3 is absolutely nah. You can't move on from GP. Nah.
Although, if you would ask me that question
About
you was 2 months ago.
You considered it. I don't want to. That's GP, bro. He looked like these receivers is coming up right now. Bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, bro, just give me one of them dudes from Georgia. Give me one of them big, tall, can jump out the gym.
He got his last chance though. I said you get a game with Mason.
Yeah.
See what happens.
This is true.
Rest is history.
Yeah.
I haven't heard a peep from him since.
Yeah. He was even smiling and clapping on the sideline, bro. Never forget.
Tony Daniels, second. Guys, Joey B isn't going to be hurt every year, and the Ravens won't continue to be bitten by the injury bug.
This is true.
DTR beat Kenny. Where's the optimism?
Look, Tony, I'm going to be real with you, man. You on the same page, bro? It's just, I love it when you bring up the DTR beat Kenny part, because it's like, for the people that are going to support Kenny, we're going to bring up an argument. Then for the people that's going to go against Kenny, it's going to be the exact same argument, really, just like inverted. You know what I mean? For the people that bring up Kenny losing to DTR, we're going to say, well, shoot, man, I ain't know Kenny was playing defense out there and all that other stuff. But then for the Kenny supporters, they're going to bring up his winning total, his winning percentage. And it's like, well, shoot, if you say he ain't lose then, well, how you lose that one over there? How the wins count? It's all the same, baby. All right. Kenny did some positive things. Kenny did some not so positive things. We all are in agreement with that. And we all know, man, it's going to be one way or the other in terms of your optimism or your pessimism surrounding him, because we ain't seen him play football since, what, November? Yeah. I don't think he even got a game in December.
First week
Maybe in the first one when he got hurt, right?
First week, yeah. Cardinals.
So that's my only, issue with the comments. Like, man, I get what you're saying. I do. But it's like, man, if we're going to holler about that dude beating him, we also got to holler about the dudes that Kenny didn't got, right? Because Kenny got a Stafford. Did get Stafford this year.
Beat J Love.
See, he about to go down the list. Deke got.
I mean,
I don't want to do it.
Do we want to bring up Lamar Jackson?
This is what happens when you go the whole DTR beat him, because now it's like, it's like, no, man, no, don't do him like that.
We had a chance to win that game too. That's a shame. We did the whole keep it close to the end formula and just didn't deliver on it.
Yeah.
That was the one time, like in all the Kenny fourth quarter game winning drive scenarios, that it didn't happen. And that's when you realize we can't be doing this margin for error type of thing every time.
Very true.
We can't be doing this. And then Canada was fired, I think, the next day.
Nah. Like we said, man, all of these things can be true. That's all I'm saying, man. All of it. Because I do feel like, to an extent, all of it is true. It's like, it's some validity with everything that has been said surrounding these dudes, man.
Sean McCartney, happy Monday, everyone. Shout out to the Couch GMs upset with what Omar, a real GM, said about Kenny. I warned you, don't be upset if they believe in Kenny more than you.
Facts.
Here we go, Steelers.
Facts. And Sean, I would also say this. They have seen so much more tape. They have seen and had so many more conversations with, this dude than any of us. All right? Analyst, expert, all that, bro. The team is always going to be at the tip top because they have the utmost unlimited access that none of us like. So if he is saying he trusts him, if he is saying he still has faith in him, part of me is like, bro, I'm going to trust you guys because y'all haven't been an organization that I've seen operating with the intent to fail. I haven't seen that. And I've seen some organizations where you question that, like, bro, are you trying to do this? I don't think that's the case here, man. But I do feel like they believe in this guy and they have their reasons. Now, we can agree or disagree with those reasons for why they believe in him. But the thing that I will say is nobody has more information about Kenny Pickett than the Pittsburgh Steelers. We also going to sit here and say that this is the organization that has the most championships. So we can't say anybody knows more about winning than we do, right?
Or I think there's some stat that we have like the third highest most winning percentage of the last like 10 or 20 years.
So I'm like, you're not going to tell me that we don't care about winning and that we don't operate with the mindset that we're trying to win each and every year. If they are saying that they still believe in him and that they think he can still be the guy, who the heck are us to act like they wrong or that they don't have a clue what they talk about? They lost their mind. That's my only thing, man. At least, like I said, that's how I'm operating with it. But not everybody has to operate like that.
Tito Good Vibes gifted a Mets membership to... Not sure. I cut it off. Sorry.
Well, either way, shout out to Tito for being a rock star at life and to whoever that individual was. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's get it, man. Oh, shoot. Hold on, Deke. I totally meant to do this earlier, bro. I was just so excited to see you, man. I totally forgot, man. I should have said this at the beginning. All right. I like my pink shirt. It's pink and it's bright and it's Kid Cudi, right? Shout out to Insane, though, okay? And if y'all ain't copped any other new albums, make sure y'all rocking with Kid Cudi. But that's not why I got the shirt on, Deke. I got the shirt on, Deke, because at my kid's school, it's a themed week. It's Read Across America Spirit Week, Deke. You got to read a book this week, baby. All right?
Read a book.
It's read a book, man. Read Across America. All right? Read across. Now, I know we got some internationals. Salute y'all. If y'all want to participate in Reading Across America, y'all could do that too. All right? But today,
the reason why you taking place
in
this?
Dog,
taking part of this?
Come on, bro. I don't want the books that he's reading, okay? I don't want no parts of whatever is on his curriculum for reading, okay? Keep that over there. Keep it over there, all right? But for the first day of Read Across America, it says reading gives us a bright future. So that's why you saw the word bright colors. So that's why I have on my pink and all this other good stuff. So, all right, read a book, read a book, read a mother a book, read a book, read a book, read a mother a book. All right, here you need some motivation. There you go. Moats Theory of Life. All right, available at arthurmoats.com or moatstheory.com.
A book that I have read and can co-sign.
This is actually very accurate, which is still crazy. My man never seen Friday, but he read my book, bro. I made it. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can't tell me nothing, all right?
You're right. I didn't see Friday or
like,
Coming to America yet.
Think about that, bro. It's people that like, bro, they swear by Friday. They swear by Coming to America.
I thought I did pretty good for Black History Month, though.
I thought you killed it, bro.
B+. I
thought you killed it, bro.
I thought I had some good stories, some good facts.
You selling yourself short. A-, man.
I didn't see Friday or Coming to America, though, and I missed a couple days on the peak facts.
The facts that you came in,
they were very interesting.
They were very interesting, bro. Very interesting, man. All
right, so
and no, I am Prime. No, I am not pushing the Shazier reading books, man. That's my dude. You know, love. That's my brother right there. Love Shay. Love Michelle too. They ain't got no smoke with either one of them. All right, we all good, But nah, I'm not on that.
Saying, what about a collab book with him?
Absolutely not. No collab books with him. Unless, no, I can't now.
It could be about football, right?
I'm good right now. I'm good.
Motivation.
I'm good. I don't know what he's motivating. I don't know what his intent is. I'm talking to my brother a little while. I did get a chance to see Moan. Shout out to Ramon. No podcast beef. There's no podcast beef. He had multiple times to beat me up. He did not beat me up. So it is all love. All right. It's all love because y'all saw in the picture. Moan bigger than me, bro. All right. Me and Moan, we done tussled a couple times. That's different, all right? Now I'm old. I'm washed. I don't want no problems with that big mammoth of a man, okay? He wears it well. But salute him. Did say that he was open to pulling up, just on it out there. You know, I had to throw it out. I was like, yo, bro, what's happening, man? Where we at with this thing?
Okay.
He was like, it's no beef. I ain't gonna kill you. And he was like, yeah, I can pull up on you. I'll see what I can do. I was like, you know what? I can rock with that, bro. I appreciate you. Because with Moan right here and then Big Max, right, I'm like, Max, bro, like, you're the biggest human I've ever been around, like, consistently. So it just...
We need some O-line takes from him, huh?
No, that's what I need from him. You know for a fact that's what I need. And he was heavy in that thing. You know he knew the O-lines. He knew that. He do that. Yeah.
What's he saying about Kenny?
I think he's a Mason guy.
Wow. Yeah, Mason was around.
So I'm saying, like,
Ramon's still there.
I think he's a Mason guy.
He's biased. Whatever. No, but honestly, here's the thing.
Dude, he has a couple words of shit, bro. Chill out, bro. He's biased, right? Just let him live, bro. Just let him live. Nah, he's a little biased. Just let him live, bro.
Yeah, here's the thing. What did I say? I'd give Mason the edge going into the offseason. Yeah. I think he earned it. I'd give Mason the edge. I'm good with either or.
Yeah.
100% good with either or, actually. I got a Mason jersey. I got a Pickett jersey.
This is also true. I'm going to have a blast regardless. All right. As an alum, somebody got to cook. All right. Who going to take us back to the promised land? All right. We got to get more wins. Okay. We ain't doing enough yet. So whoever is going to do it, just get us right.
For my takes and for entertainment purposes, it should be Pickett. I think that's what I selfishly want.
Okay.
For that reason, just for straight winning and for the Steelers, I don't care who it is, but I feel like I could have some better takes if it is Pickett.
if it's Pickett, you coming from the top row, bro.
Right?
It's gonna be so heavy-handed.
Mason,
like
if it's Mason, I think we're all in just the Mason experience together and realizing that we really wrote this dude off, and I just feel sorry, Mason, for all the things in the past. Like, I'm just gonna enjoy your good play.
We just all got shame on our face. It's all right, bro. We just gonna take it with you, Mason.
Yeah.
With Kenny's like, nah, bro. We either stuck with him or you did it. I don't care. Everybody kind of put their flags up with Mason. It was like, just throw it up, put it in the back, bro. Yeah.
Again, there are some coming out of the woodwork, but I think that was a very minority group at the time. Now it's bigger. It's a bigger group.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened. I can guess. They started seeing him playing good and said, "Oh, I knew it from the start." But there was, I swear, there was probably only 5% of fans, max, that was saying we need Mason to be the guy.
Yeah.
Over these last 2 years, 5%, maybe. I
think that's generous on top of that, bro. Like consistently beating the table for it, not I said it and passed it, and now I'm gonna just try to come back and say, I told you. No, man, because that was definitely everybody hit us with that way. I said it before. Like, yo, what?
Jockey Williams. Cheap MFers don't hire coaches and fly broken planes.
Hey, so look, y'all ain't about to do that. Y'all ain't about to do that, man. They don't fly broken planes. It's just that particular plane, whatever that damn was, they had some issues, man. I've never had that issue. My planes, they've always get me up and get me down. I ain't tripping, bro. Just get me up and get me down and we good, I promise.
I don't think we were cheap on the coaches this time around either.
Nah, they spent it. They spent. But they finally, this is, I think, part of what people have complained about, though, in terms of why does it have to take it being almost an extreme situation for us to finally bring in just higher caliber coaches onto the staff, newer, fresh blood coaches on the staff, the guys that in 2 to 3 years should be the next hot commodities. Why don't we ever have those guys on the staff? And I think this offseason we really saw them put more emphasis on that, at least from the offense side of the ball. I thought when they brought in Flores,
some of that.
Sure. But either way, it's just one of them things where you could never have enough high-level minds working together to get you to where you want to be. I mean, I even think of just how when me and you were here, if I'm by myself versus when I'm in a setting where it's 30 dudes thinking like me, it's like, yo, it's a different way that we're going with that. You know what I mean? So to an extent, when you see these amount of coaches, I'm like, yo, I do think as a whole, the offense should look just way better because you just got way more people that know what they're doing working together in this thing. It's not just on you and a player. As long as you stay healthy, we're great. Because what happens when that player isn't healthy or when he does start to diminish a little bit, now we got a flawed system. Whereas with this version, it should be hopefully just a better floor for us, as we're transitioning and stuff like that. Hopefully there's no more transitioning. Hopefully we good.
Yeah.
Tired of transitioning, man.
Yeah. Yeah, the only transition should be if our offense is cooking and Arthur Smith gets a head coaching job at some point.
Yeah.
And then we'll just bump up
one of these other QB dudes, a senior assistant, you assistant, somebody,
Jay Swizzle, is that an Insano shirt?
One time. Oh, it is.
You said that, yeah.
It is the Insano, man. I'm a Cuddy guy, man. Mr. Man on the Moon. All right. Yeah. In fact, that the starter jacket I have with all them patches up there, that's also Cuddy's joint, man.
Okay.
Love Cuddy, man. That's my dude right there. That's my dude, man. So, yes, it is an Insano. So, salute you on that. And since you peeped the shirt, man, hit that like button, all right? Appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe. I feel like I ain't said that in a minute. So
Michael Brooks says Nathan Peterman over Pickett. Okay.
They trying you, bro. They trying you.
I don't take offense to it.
He is a Pitt guy, though.
They're taking the shots at Pickett.
He's a Pitt guy, though. How did you feel about Pitt on Pitt crime?
It's just a stupid take.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think he's doing the AB approach. He's just trying to get some reactions right now. He's taking the low-hanging fruit. That's all.
My man had Nicki Minaj say, yo, AB, whoa. He went to creative bag on this one.
He did.
It's like, all right.
Michael Brooks says everything over Deke's takes.
No, man.
Sorry you feel that way.
Deke got heat, bro. Don't do Deke like that. Deke be coming with the heat, bro.
I'm sorry you feel that way because you're missing out on the truth, my friend.
Missing out, bro.
I Am Prime has joined the upper room.
And I'm going to spin the block because I saw Jock right behind him did as well. So I am Prime. I love you, by the way. You said, say it back. I got you. All right. And Jock, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Michael Brooks says Pickett or Mason at quarterback, and I'll take the year off.
Well, you going to miss out on this at least winning 9 games. Bare minimum 9. Bare minimum 9. Okay. But.
And, with that 9 games, that's probably at least a 50-50 shot of making the playoffs.
You know we're going to be in the playoffs. You know this is what we do. It's just still away.
It's going to come down to week 18, one way or another. That's the floor.
We know this, bro.
That's literally the floor.
We know this. If we haven't learned one thing about Coach T, we know that. He good for 9 and a 50-50 in the postseason.
Which is
good for 9.
It's not a bad way to go into a season knowing you're at least going to do that.
This is also accurate.
That at least means interesting.
Yeah, it's very accurate.
I am Prime. That's not the standard, though.
This is also
that's
true.
Not the standard. We've gotten too comfortable with this. We got to rise up.
And I would say behind the scenes, they ain't comfortable with it either.
Yeah, that's the question.
They ain't comfortable with it, bro.
How do we get back to the glory days? Some people's solutions at different points of all this was to fire Tomlin and, just jump ship and retool this whole thing, tank, all that stuff. I say, I don't know. I think you keep Tomlin. I think we got a good thing going. I think we just need the quarterback position right.
No.
And that's the next question. Who is the quarterback? I'd be fine with Pickett. I'd be fine with Mason. I'd understand if we brought in Russ. I would understand that.
I don't even want to get entertained with Russ until I know it's going to happen, bro. Because that's the one that's going to have me the most excited, and then it would really hurt me if it does happen. I'm like, bro.
It'll hurt you.
Because I'd be too excited about it. Yeah. If you could tell me I can get Russ for vet minimum, bro, come on, bro.
What, you're saying you're going to be hurt if we sign Russ?
I said I'll be hurt if I don't get him after all this talk about him. And that's why I'm kind of like guarding my feelings around him.
Yeah, with the buzz cut.
Yeah, come on, bro.
I did listen to that interview. It was pretty good.
Yeah. You felt good about him, right?
I did, yeah.
It felt different. That didn't feel like normal Russ. No. That was Russ. We've been getting Russell. That was Russ right there. Or maybe that was Russell. And everybody else is Russ.
He was dropping some inspirational quotes and stuff, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was solid.
Like I said, I like this new version. I said, man, I got a Russ with a buzz cut, black tee, Rolly on talking, and I got Manziel saying I ain't going no more Heisman stuff until Reggie get his. I'm like, bro, man of the people, man, let's go, bro. Let's go. Turn me up. Yeah.
I am Prime. Who are we going for at 20? Just getting right to the point.
Yeah. Let's see. I like a couple. Man, I was about to say I like Mims, like JPJ, Jax Powers Johnson. He's definitely in that mix. I'm trying to think, because zero chance that a Latham is remotely in that convo now, bro. Like, he done buzzed up way too much. That's a wrap on him. The cat from Washington, was it Fontanu? I think I said Fontanu. Yeah. So he's a very intriguing dude. I could see him potentially being one of those guys, man, just because he has that ability to legit play at tackle. I think you can give him an opportunity to start at tackle and he'll be fine at right. But he also can bump in and play in the interior part of the O-line, and that's, what is intriguing about him, and that positional flexibility, just in the sense of, for us, Broderick at left, yes. What are we doing with center, guard, right tackle? Still kind of up in the air, so to speak, right? You got a James Daniel and a Herbig. Do you keep them both there? Are you moving them? A Fontanu, I think that's how you say it. Troy Fontanu, number 55 from Washington. All right. You got another one of those pieces that you can play around with if I'm trying to figure out what's the best group, what's the best unit, how I want to put these guys out there. So I could see him potentially there at 20. Corners.
There's a lot of good corners.
If Quinyon Mitchell falls, we're taking him. If Nate Wiggins is available, I think we go get him, right? I like Quinyon a little bit more than Nate, just because I think Quinyon has a little bit more of the physicality. I love what he was able to do at the Senior Bowl. Also, seeing him play against bigger and better competition. For certain has the dog in him. Was actually able to get some info in terms of when he was on the Senior Bowl. Coach T was actually one of the guys challenging him, man, and he was responding in a positive way.
Oh, yeah, he set up his own one-on-ones
with him. Yep. So I was like, knowing that type of stuff, I'm like, yeah, if Quinyon Mitchell is sitting there at 20, I could definitely see him being one of those guys that we heavily consider also. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it, man. I think it's one of them old linemen and potentially a corner, O-line or corner at 20 right now. Now, granted, the beauty is we get free agency starting next week. So that's going to give us some more clarification. If we go out here and sign a center.
Is it next week? So 13th is whenever we're going to see, like, they're agreeing to deals.
You'll start seeing them agreeing to deals on the 12th and the 11th, 2 days before. The league year starts on the 13th.
What day is that?
That's next Wednesday because the 14th is
Monday.
Yeah.
So, because isn't that how the Mitch thing happened? I woke up Monday morning and
you'll know 2 days before it actually happens, and then when it's 2 days later in the league year is official, then you'll get all the reports. Oh, this deal is now done. You're like, bro, we already knew this 2 days ago, bro. Perfect. Said it'd be that type of dynamic.
Oh,
so
good.
Yeah. So that'll give us even more information about potential targets, and that was another reason why I was a little bit hesitant about doing the mock drafts. I know we had talked about them before, but it's like, we about to have this free agency start, and that could change just a lot of what we are targeting right now. But before we do any other move, I would, if I'm just simply saying, was it March 4th? Yeah, I'm either saying tackle or corner. Tackle, corner, center. One of them three. And the reason it's tackle center is because it's just like we got the big three, but we also know that tackle position is still a legitimate need for us from my perspective. But I know they love them corners.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
JPJ, give me one of the top corners available.
Another guy.
And then if you take one of those two inside linebackers and play in the second round.
I was gonna say, also don't write off Cooper.
From A&M?
No. Dijon, Iowa.
You like him?
So this is the thing. When communicating, or when people are communicating how they would utilize him, I like that more. My only issue is I don't like a positionless player. And what I mean is they look at Cooper and say, why don't you utilize him the same way you see a Derwin James used, the same way you see a Tyrann Matthew used, the same way at times when we're healthy, how we use Minka, right? Moving him around. So it's like, man, you got a guy that's big enough because his, like, in person, like, good side, bro. You could play him outside. You could play him at the safety position. You could play him in the box. He does all of those things. Do you want him to live at outside? In a zone scheme, you can get away with it. The problem is, because of how big he is when he's having to break on some of them routes. When you watch a Quinyon Mitchell, when you watch a Nate Wiggins, they're just lightning, bro. But they're 30, 40 pounds lighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cooper, bro, Dijon, in terms of the tackling, in terms of everything else, bro, you're going to get the best product from him. Like, across the board, in terms of just like a better player, he's going to check all them boxes. But to me, I don't think he has a home anywhere. Like, you can leave him at safety, and that's great. But do I want to take him, and just put him at safety? Because I do think he does certain things down by that line of scrimmage or in that slot really well. I think he does do things at outside corner really well.
Yep.
But the other knock on him is at Iowa, he didn't play a lot of press. It was a lot of zone, off coverage, big vision. I love it. Smart player. I love that. But typical with big corners, you don't want them playing off. We like JPJ when he's what? Press. I want you in their face, get hands on these dudes, make it miserable for them, because we know little guys at this level are very tough to deal with. He don't got a lot of tape of trying to, of doing that part. So that's my thing where I'm like, where am I just leaving him? Or am I just saying that he's that talented, that productive, that good of a prospect, like when we talked about Tyrann Matthews, like when we talked about Derwin James, like when we talk about even a Harrison Smith, right? Since I was giving all more melanin comps, I don't want to discriminate, Deke. I'm gonna make sure I get some light skins in there too. All right.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? I just man of the people. You know what I mean? So it's like, is that enough for me to want to take him at 20 if he's there? Because he's not gonna be there in the second round. If you taking him, it would be at 20. Nah.
Yeah, right.
But I do like the approach though.
Positionless dude as your first round pick.
Right.
A little risky.
That's my only. Because I've seen, now it's not to the same extent, but I think about some of these positionless linebackers, the Isaiah Simmons, the Devin Lloyds, the freaky athletes, and it's like, all right, well, they were apex players. Now we're trying to put him in the box a little bit, but he's not really a box player. We can't let him play slot. He's too big to play safety. And now we over here trying to figure out what the heck we gonna do.
Going into the draft, all the versatility. Yeah. It's a great idea, but then when you're not locked into one thing,
right?
Do you really develop as good as you can with all that versatility being at play?
That's a legitimate thing. And I think of Minka early on. Right. Remember, he complained about that. He's like, bro, y'all move me everywhere. I want to just get one spot. Now we kind of still do move him around. But it's like with Cooper, you could definitely, I could see the scenario where you have Cooper and Minka. And yeah, that checks off a ton of that type of stuff. But I'm just like, I don't know if I love him just being the full-time post safety. I know he could be the full-time box linebacker, but I'm not drafting you at 20 overall to be a full-time down in the box safety. Like, I'm good on that, man. Yeah, I don't think that position brings that type of value.
No. Okay, wow. Keep an eye out for. You're just letting us know.
Yeah, just like I said, man.
He's on the radar.
Look, just, we
got some good information.
As I was going through, all right, I'm trying to give enough info, but not too much where I'm gonna get knocked off when I drive around the corner. All right. If you know too much, bro, you get got. I don't want to know too much. I don't never want to know too much. Don't tell me, bro. Fair. Don't tell me. Let me find out later. Yeah.
Adrian Bustamante. I want Kenny to work, but right now I don't think he's the best option for QB1. Go get Russ. Deke, you're blinded too much by the alma mater.
Ooh. No longer blinded by the light. He's blinded by that pit. Okay.
Not at all.
Sweet Caroline one time.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm blinded by what I have seen from Kenny that is good and what I know he can be. I think that's what I'm blinded by. Not necessarily Pitt, because if it was all just Pitt, I wouldn't be cheering Mason on like I have been, or calling for Mason to get a fair shot at this competition. If anything, get the edge going into the offseason.
Yeah.
I think people are treating me like they treat Kenny, actually, when I think of it. They just want to look at the negative takes or the takes that they feel like they can get me on. They just want to look at that.
They want the aha, I got you moments.
Like, do we not want to bring up that I am a Mason supporter as well and think he could be the guy? Like, if I was so locked in on Pitt
that's
and
not
Pickett,
as fun, bro.
Like, I wouldn't be open to that at all, right?
Right. At least you shouldn't.
I'd probably be taking the more John Easton approach.
John Easton, I feel like he is a Pitt alum. I don't know how he's it, but he's like, yo, did your granddad go to Pitt? Like, somebody in his family is a Pitt
He's
guy.
at least from here, probably roots for Pitt, I'm guessing.
Or he's from Jersey.
Maybe not, or maybe not. Maybe he just knows ball.
Maybe him and Kenny went to the same high school.
Nah, it's definitely Pitt. He's always tuning in from Pittsburgh somewhere every time he gives the shout-outs. All right, GF says Caleb might just have the A. Rodgers attitude and that crazy weird talent.
Nah, that's legit. Bro, you get the vibes. You could definitely get them vibes. All I'm going to say is Aaron Rodgers gets away with a lot of that because he produces, though. And Aaron Rodgers has become Aaron Rodgers at this level. That does not fly if you're not playing like Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think
at
Rodgers
this level, bro.
came in like this.
Yeah.
No, he was passed on, In
fact, he was like the opposite.
Sat the first 3 years. You didn't hear a peep from him, ever.
Yeah.
Just kind of fell in line.
Yeah.
And then he became Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't come in with that type of energy unless you're going to produce on that type of level, man.
President Nitty just had to turn down a baddie. I love my wife.
Salute, Brody. Salute on that, man. Hey, look, there is nothing wrong with turning down a baddie because you love your wife, bro. Do that and take pride in the fact that, you
should probably be promoted more, right?
Heck yeah, you still passed the eyeball test, but love over pleasure. Okay, because you can get love and pleasure at the same day on time, like Future said. You don't want to go and get that pleasure without that love, because then it could just mess everything up. All right, so stay away from that. Focus on this. And it's low key dope when you make wife. You feel like she the one. You ever treat your wife like it's a first date? Well, you ain't got a wife, but you know what I'm saying.
I got a wife.
Yeah, sometimes you got you like it's the first date. Like, you know what, bro? Let me just blow your mind real quick. Come on, bro. I ain't tripping over it. I do this. What certified love? What Drake say, boy? All right.
Edar Gazar, 757.
Del Creel.
Deke, are you going to have that same energy about Kenny and Mason if we finish worse than 10-7 and miss the playoffs after wasting TJ, Minka, Cam, and Najee and Pickens' season? I said this was a make or break year one way or another.
This is true.
For the quarterback position. That's the one thing we're missing right now is certainty at that spot. So we got a lot to find out. That's what this season's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work out, you move on. Like you figure out a way to get that guy next year if you can.
Yeah. And like you said, I don't think that that's this like big indictment on the organization or big indictment on you either. Because
Who?
in terms of just that approach of like, yo, if it doesn't work out for Kenny this year, now you moving on. It's like, that's what I think a lot of us were going to be on anyways. Is just when these other quarterback options became available, I think that kind of expedited everybody's feelings from waiting until after this third season, which I'm sure a lot of us were like, yo, we still want to see, like, what is that completely with this new situation, all that other stuff. It's just different right now when you know you got two names that people are enamored with. And for various reasons, man. It's like, yo, for anybody that's supporting, whether it's Russ, Fields, or Kenny, whether you're talking collegiately or even professionally, there are things that you're going to be able to hang your hat on with either one of them dudes. And there's going to be things that you're going to be willing to hang your hat on in terms of why you don't want any of them dudes. It just is, you know, person by person. You might lean more that way. I might lean more that way. But, yeah, I don't think that.
Again, we're not talking about trading for Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow. That was my big complaint with all the Field stands out here. It's like it's a guarantee he's coming in here and being a 4-time Pro Bowler. Like, what? I don't even think he's better than Kenny Pickett right now. Now, again, people can agree to disagree on that, but Fields has not lived up to what he should have been when he got drafted, one way or another. We're not getting a guaranteed thing right now, no matter what. I think Russell Wilson would be the most guaranteed.
He has the higher premium because he's proven more. But his premium we don't have to pay because the Broncos are paying it.
He's got the question mark of the age and everything. Kirk Cousins is proven, but then you got the question about late season stuff and winning in big games. Do you want to pay for that? Fields, obviously uncertainty there. He's got the upside, the talent. What does that cost for you? Is that worth it? I don't think so. And then, Pickett. He's the guy you got in-house. He's the guy you drafted in the first round. You saw some good things from him, but then you saw inconsistency in his second year. Are you willing to roll with him for another season? Then Mason, small sample size of good games played. You passed him over the first, 5-6 years of his career. What does that look like now? Like there's stories to all these.
However you want to go with it, bro.
All these scenarios. Like I said, the one I understand outside of Kenny and Mason the most is the Russ one, just because of the contract. It's like the Steelers do that. I get it. You get Russ on a vet minimum. Like, how do you argue that?
Yeah. The vet minimum part is the big.
And Russ still playing good last year. I guess the thing. Like, dude had almost 30 total touchdowns.
I think for you, because just from an argument standpoint, it doesn't benefit you. I think you do minimize how people view the intangibles that Justin Fields has, bro. That's the big reason why all these dudes are getting drafted in the top 5 is because of them intangibles. Kenny and Mason.
It doesn't make you a good quarterback.
No. We can agree. But we can say that Mason, Kenny, and Justin Fields, to an extent, neither are good quarterbacks. But only one of those three has them traits that everybody is going crazy about. That's the only thing. It's like, we could talk the numbers, we could talk the turnovers, we could talk, oh man, he costs more, he costs less. They both haven't lived up expectations, When they simply are saying the intangibles, Mason and Kenny can't do the things that Justin should be able to consistently do. Now, can any of the three do it consistently? That's what we all waiting to find out. But I do think that's the part whenever we're talking about them and you making your case for these other dudes, you don't view it to that extent. Everybody else, they view it in that part, and they like, yeah, so if all three suck, and he the only one that can throw it this far and can run like that, why would I go with the suck that don't do that?
I don't want to give up a pick and sign him to a 5th-year option sight unseen. If we're talking about we're signing him for less than $10 million to come in and compete, that's a completely different story. I'll still have my leaning towards Kenny over him, but no, that makes like 100% sense to me. If it was Fields and Mason scenario instead of Mason, then just sign Fields for something less than 10.
All right, because people, they looking at that thing like, we not tripping on that because if that hits, that's top 5. The question is it going to hit? But they saying if Kenny hit, Mason hit, and Fields hit, who gets you there? Who's the guy? They're like, it's Fields, not even a debate. If all three develop and all three magically reach their potential and everything is perfect, they're like, it's Justin Fields. And that's their thing is like, if we're gonna take a chance on any of these dudes, yeah, let me swing for the fence then if I'm gonna do it. Because they look at Kenny like you swinging for singles and doubles.
It's tough because, I mean, you could talk about Zach Wilson in like a similar vein or like a Sam Darnold.
But see,
now Fields has more.
Different, yeah.
Fields has way more of a dynamic play style with the legs for sure, and I think has just done better in the league up to this point. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, man. I don't know how many times you get like a dude after 3 years in. It doesn't feel like it's there, but then all of a sudden it's gonna just hit this magical.
Does the coordinator shift matter for him either?
It might. I don't know. I'm just not willing to pay to find out.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not willing to pay to find out.
Yeah,
the 5th-year option and whatever draft pick it takes.
Yeah, because I'm like, I know it's people the same way you swear by Kenny's development and you will put it on Matt Canada as the reason why it hasn't been. It's Justin Fields supporters that are saying the exact same thing. And they just saying that this kid is just more talented.
Again, if that was the case, I wish he would have more wins. I wish his second half statistics and everything would be better too, because that is something that's out there. I mean,
the second half statistic, I give you that. The wins,
fourth quarter rate, all that stuff it's not good.
But wins are a team stat.
I mean, I get it, but the way Fields is talked about with all the intangibles and all this, like I would just expect him to have more wins. I know it's not all on him completely, but
if Justin Fields played for the Pittsburgh Steelers this past season and Kenny Pickett played for the Chicago Bears this past season, who would have had more wins?
It'd be interesting. I think Pickett's better than Fields.
Fair. All right.
I mean, it was going pretty bad for the Bears early on. I'll give Fields credit. Things started to turn around. It's not like his stats were like guns blazing though either for those last however many games where they were winning.
If you ride with Katie, just ride with Katie, bro. I ain't tripping on it, man. We ain't gonna always agree with this convo, and that's why I was like, all right, cool, bro.
Rich Rasmussen, Russell Wilson signing with Pittsburgh would be a slap in the face to Seattle fans.
How they figure that?
They still bitching about Super Bowl 40.
Yeah. Russ went around there. Russ was at NC State back then, bro. Was he even there? I don't even know.
Yeah. He might have been. Yeah, he might have been like a freshman.
Yeah.
Nah, probably.
That's something like Super Bowl 40, bro?
Yeah, when did he come in the league? Didn't he come in around like Cam Newton's draft?
Yeah, he's at, yeah. Cause I'm 10, he's 11, yeah.
Right.
Or, no, he's got to be 11, right? 11 or 12?
Yeah.
Was he 12? No, he's 11. They won it in 12. No, they won it in 13. When did Russ win his?
I don't remember.
It was either 12 or 13.
I think it was 13.
Yeah.
Because they lost in 14.
Okay, so yeah. See, he wanted no 40, man. No, man.
Tate Boys says, JD, only quarterback in college football with 12,000 passing yards and 3,000 rushing. I say the Y2K version of Randall Cunningham.
Oh,
that's not bad.
I like that. Are we Philly Randall or are we Minnesota Vikings Randall? I love Minnesota Vikings Randall. Yeah, that's tough. I like that. I can see that. I could definitely see that. That low key might be the best one.
I think it was.
That low key, yeah. Because he's way more closer to that than he is Watson. Yeah.
Yeah. Tom Stouty, what's good? Mm-hmm. Y'all do you. JJ remind you of Tom. Come on, bro.
McCarthy?
Come on, bro.
You talking about McCarthy?
Yeah, come on, bro.
You said Tom like in Brady?
Yeah.
Why y'all would play, bro?
No.
They like JJ though.
I'm even
people
thinking
like
coming
JJ.
out of college, just like no.
They're liking JJ, bro.
Mac Jones was probably a better comparison to Tom Brady.
Yeah,
like coming out, like
yeah.
I don't know. McCarthy doesn't remind like that play style, like that pocket QB passer type.
Mac Jones give me that vibe.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I think his comparison to Tom Brady was more legit. Obviously, he didn't become Tom Brady, but just how they looked coming out of college, how they looked playing the quarterback position.
Yeah,
McCarthy, I don't know who his comparison is actually. He throws the ball good, mobile,
fiery, competitive. I like it.
Like he's definitely more athletic than Brady.
Yeah.
I don't know what a good comparison would be for him. I'll have to think about that one too. Your boy Dev is all hope lost on getting Quinyon Mitchell at 20 after that 40 he ran, and he's sticking coverage.
Yeah, I do not see. I think you could move up and get him. I don't see it falling to 20 personally. That was definitely one of the ones, though. I'm with you. He dropped that 4.33 like, after you cooked at the Senior Bowl, them was the questions. We know you was nice at Toledo versus bigger, better competition. What would it look like? And literally out the gate, he was big boy dogging it down there at the Senior Bowl. Then you're like, okay, we know you fast. How fast? He dropped 4.3 on the laser. That's rolling. That's rolling, man. So, yeah. If we would move up, though, I think we could move and get him. I just don't know if that's the option this year. How we feeling about that, man? Like, I don't personally want to move up right now.
I don't know. Let's see how free agency goes.
Yeah, because I'm like, if we can hit free agency and that's like our last big like need, then man, I'm all for it. Go get that man because he checks off a lot of boxes, man. You pairing him with Peasy Jr. Come on, man.
Yeah, wouldn't be a bad thing. Let's go, UW. So what side of the reports are you on with DJ? Seen the one saying he's pushing for a trade and the ones where he's not. We can't really trade him, right?
We can't trade him. I think that, multiple things could be true. I could think that, he might be a little disgruntled with how the quarterback situation is and some of the uncertainty surrounding it, because who is directly impacted by quarterback play and who was also one of the most criticized receivers since we've had the new quarterback play? It's been DJ. Everybody brought up Deontay Johnson not scoring a touchdown in a season. That had never happened to him until who was at quarterback. And then he comes right back off of that. He's like, yo, I can score touchdowns. That's not broke with me. I can still score. Just, So I think, to an extent, yeah, he might be frustrated a little bit with that. Does that mean that he wants to leave right now? No, but I don't think he's completely comfortable with everything either. And it is a contract year. So all of this, kind of comes into play. Next week is going to get interesting because that's going to start to tell us a lot more information. You see him getting moved early on next week. Yeah. All right. But right now, I don't see us doing it just yet. I don't personally. But there is legitimately an avenue for it. And we kind of talked about that in the sense of, you save the cost on the 18 and now we play in the free agency and draft game. The team could 100% go that route, man. They could definitely do that. I don't think they will, but they for certain can do that. And it would not surprise me. All right. So 18 is a lot that you could bust down from Deontay. And we talked about these receivers, man.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a really good cornerback. That could be Patrick Queen on defense.
Come on, bro. He's in 18.
And again, yeah, if you were going to bet on a team to replace a receiver in the draft, it would be the Steelers. Mm-hmm. Outside of any other position, like if you don't feel as confident with some of these linebackers in the draft, you want to get a more sure thing. Same thing with cornerback. Maybe you want to spend that $18 million to get a Jalen Johnson instead of drafting a guy. You say, hey, our track record says we could replace the receiver better than any other position. Let's do it this way.
I ain't tripping on it. Heck, you said get you a Jalen Johnson. What's up with that 1 year to Gilmore, man? That mercenary's back out there.
Really?
That mercenary's
You're feeling it.
I'm just saying the mercenary been mercenarying for them. That ain't about to stop just yet. He got another stop. He got another mercenary stop before it fall off.
He gets 7 or something. Maybe we go him for 7.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
10.
Like, yeah.
How about that?
All
Split
right.
it up that way.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we got some options. There's some names out there, Deke. If we want to play the free agency game, we could clip this money and we could play. We could pay to play. We got some people on the defense we could move on from. Just come here, give me some of that, and let's let's get active. But I'm staying about it. I don't want no problems.
GF. With our QB issue, trading DJ before the year might destroy us too.
There's a strong possibility if we don't replace that production. You replace the production appropriately, though, you're not tripping. Whether that is draft higher end, you would have to go first, second round, though. I think it does kind of box you into that. But we would see what we did free agency-wise also, man.
GF, I can see the Chiefs trading for DJ, giving us a number 2 pick. And not wanting the chance just drafting another rookie receiver. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's legitimate,
that would
too.
Sense.
Yeah.
I could see that.
There's legitimate talk about that. That's real. Low key, I was a little caught off guard by the Patriots and Baker talk. I had caught some of that. I was like, whoa.
Really?
Yeah. They were saying it's not a foregone conclusion that they're just going to draft something. They might go the Baker Mayfield approach. I was like, all right, I can see that. Potentially. Year or two, they're recession.
He's unrestricted free agent?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they were saying how much does Tampa love him? And if you Tampa and, he might be feeling like he deserves more. If it don't work, all right, would you take a 1 year, a bridge type deal to go to New England? See if you can get it to go there.
Yeah, I wonder if the Mike Evans contract means anything.
Yeah, they did bring him back because I know that was another one of the dudes. I think he was almost like priority one. If he would have hit that market, Chiefs was going to be looking at that.
Yeah, because if you're not getting the guarantee at quarterback, I don't know if you resign with the Bucs like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a lot of money, though, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he definitely did.
He got a lot of money, and that's good for his legacy if he finishes there as a Buccaneer. But
he won a ring already.
I'd assume that they hinted to him that we're going to be bringing Baker back. Yeah. Like, don't worry, you have a quarterback thrown to you because he put up good numbers with Baker last year, really good numbers. Booman318 gifted a Moats membership to West412.
Shout out to Booman being a rock star and West. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And this is perfect too, D, because we getting these super chats roundabout. Because I got I got to get to Deke. I ain't trying to get in trouble no more, Deke.
Yeah,
no more.
Fish Momentum, Mason and KP8. Moats, hit your inbox. Ambition, music emojis.
Bet. That mean we got some new heat.
Okay.
Get to tap in. That what that mean?
Samples before they
that what mean? That mean? We gonna have to know what that mean. We help. If it want lights, I would play it, but I ain't trying to get in trouble. You two don't play about that.
Tyler Quattro, would you do a sign and trade for Snead? How about Deontay in the third?
Snead's gonna cost though. That's my only thing, man. I'm interested to see how much he's going to cost, but I think he's going to be a little pricey. That's my only thing with that. And we're only going to create an even bigger issue at wide receiver also, because now we're not clearing up that money. That was the thing. Like when we talk about, moving on from DJ, we're trying to get a pick back, clear up that cap a little bit more so, right? Us making the move and bringing in Snead and signing him. Snead gonna cost, man. Snead, arguably the top free agent corner right now. People like him more than Jalen Johnson just because he has more turnovers and they feel like he has the better ball skills. But yeah, Snead gonna cost, man. That's my only thing. That's why you heard me say Gilmore, because I'm like, Gilmore is still high end. Gilmore still is aging like a fine wine, and Gilmore paired with JPJ, Gilmore doesn't have to be the guy. He's going to be a guy, but he doesn't have to be the guy. Yeah. So I just think it's a little bit more cost-effective option that is still give us the ability to replace DJ's production. With the Snead move, I just don't think we're able to replace his production this year. No.
Young Poppy Benito, we should draft Mikey Sainris still, cornerback from Michigan.
Oh, okay. In fact, I'm going to watch more on him, and I will get back to you with an even better vibe on you, all right? I'm going to leave you at that. That's how I feel. I'm with you on that, though. But I've peeped the name, though.
Skeeter Jones, do we bring in J.C. Jackson?
He did get released again, man. How'd you feel about that, though, bro? It was New England that did it, though.
Yeah, I was just looking up to see what he did last year. I know
it was weird in L.A. He was like,
hectic situation.
Yeah, he like stopped practicing or wasn't going to play. Then they sent him to New England. Kind of got weird there, apparently, and now they released him.
Yeah, is he bad now or what?
I don't know. Or is he a cancer? Because you're doing a lot, and you went back to one that you was familiar with, and yeah, now they got you again. And I'm like, why did they get you? Was it the money, or was something else going on? Like, you were a dang on good player a couple years ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't have a good answer for you right now. I'd have to look at that, like exactly what happened with him. Yeah, 2 cuts over the last, pretty much like 6 months within like a 6-month period.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good for a guy that's supposed to be a lockdown corner and dude that just got a huge contract.
Yeah.
I don't know if the vibes are there right now. But that's it. That's the last super.
Respect.
Obviously,
Bro,
for the
lot,
cheap.
bro.
Obviously, for the cheap, you could probably sell me on anything. But if we brought him in for $2 million, sure, whatever.
Another name that I need to see what his market would be, Adoree Jackson. He's another guy, because I'm not looking at him as a one. I'm asking, can you be better than Levi? He still has really good tape. They still just keep playing him as a one at times, and that's my only. I'm like, you're not coming to be the one here. We got JPJ already. Adoree opposite JPJ, another cheaper option, but I do think it's an option that would work a lot better because Adoree is a great athlete on top of that, and he's played this game for a while.
Probably a more Steeler move.
Yeah, I just don't see him as a one, but I think he's another potential option.
I was thinking the same thing about Awuzie from the Bengals.
He's another one. Yeah, that's another one.
Take a bit from the division. I always thought he was. Anytime
He's a
I
good
see
player,
him play,
bro.
I thought he was solid. He was their number one, but I don't think we want him to be the one here.
And because we got
it's almost
JPJ,
like
we don't
almost
have
like
to.
the Steven Nelson signing.
Yes, we on the same page with it, baby.
Pair with Joe Hay.
Yeah, we on the same page.
With JPJ. If we don't want to spend the high end money, I think these guys will do. I think they'll definitely be upgrades over Levi Wallace at this point. And then you don't have to be stressing as much about the draft. I don't think it necessarily holds us back from drafting a cornerback still.
It doesn't,
but
because those are cheaper options. I think Snead does, though. Snead holds us back from doing any of that because he's going to cost so much. I think Snead and Johnson are in those categories, whereas when we're talking about the other names we been kind of throwing out here right now, I feel like those are more cost efficient, less long-term marriages also. But I think in both scenarios, or in all three of them scenarios, you're either getting a former defensive player of the year who's been proven at multiple stops. You're either going with a guy that was in the division and you're weakening him. You already got the familiarity. You know what he does well, what he struggles with. Or you get Adoree Jackson, another former high-end top talent that has played a ton of football as a number one corner. And now we're asking him to just come into a little bit less of a, strenuous role for him.
Mm-hmm.
No. And with all of them dudes, these are nothing longer than 3-year deals. Like, you don't have to break the bank on any one of them 3. You don't have to marry them long term. 2 with an option, 1 with however you want to do it. You're going to get an option to get up out of this thing, though, man.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, that's it, then.
I like it, man. I like it. Shoot, bro. Trust me, man. We going to be in here all week, man, and we back, all right? We back. All right. So, with that being the case, man, we're going to vibe out for the rest of the day. But we're going to spin the block and get you later on in the week. So, with that being the case, we appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking with us. We've missed you. I've missed you. Deke, do you miss? I think Deke might have missed the people, too.
For sure.
Missed people. So we missed the people. We miss y'all, all right? So, we appreciate y'all. Keep rocking with us, all right? So, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Stay safe out there, all right? And until next time, baby.
Peace.